Round 4. Fight.
Test, test. What's up, guys? This is Mark. We're live here at Final Round on the Bifu Tekken channel. I know we talked about having this on the Tekken channel earlier, but we weren't able to get it to work properly. So we'll be here for the remainder of the day. We have a few special guests here. Obviously, you guys can see some Tekken 7 action that's going on.
Final round. Fight.
Does that come up automatically, the Bandit Passport thing? Did you see the notice? Bandit Passport cards cannot be used at this time? Yeah. No, I don't remember seeing it. Is it on the screen? But it doesn't show it on the screen? Oh, what the? Anyways, what's up, guys? Hope you guys are able to check out the action. We'll be doing this all day. And then later on today, we're going to do a special episode of ATP Live. And we have special guests Michael Murray and Katsuhiro Arata here.
You lose.
Dozo. Okay.
Game over.
Can you hear me, guys? So we're going to go to test mode and get rid of that message that's on the screen, the Bandit Pass error message. It's just looking for the IC cards when they're not there. But lots of love. Shout-outs for tuning in. Good morning, Jazz. Can we switch it to the crowd cam? Can we go to the crowd? I'm trying to log in on Twitch, but I keep messing up my password. It's gonna lock me out. I keep putting the wrong password in. I don't think it's my browser. I bet you I could get it. I could get it on. I'm trying to view the stream chat, you know what I'm saying? All right, so yeah, we're just trying to fix a few things, get it ready, and then we'll go back into the gameplay action. We've seen a lot of cool stuff. We were doing some testing most of the day yesterday. Sorry we didn't have a stream up, but today and tomorrow we should have some Tekken 7 action. Not just that, but if you guys are watching the main tournament, check the Final Round website. There's a bunch of other streams, including Tekken Tag Tournament 2, which will be going on today. So earlier we were testing with Devil Kazuya how to do his Hell Sweep into the Thunder God Fist into Heaven's Gate. And we were able to pull it off finally after figuring out what it was. We looked up Sunlight Yellow, tried to look on the move list to see how to do the notation, but we were unable to find it. So we had to have Harada call someone and ask for the notation. So he called back home and we found out. So it's Hell Sweep 1, and then during the Hell Sweep 1, you have to do a Thunder God Fist motion, and then it'll come out, but it does require some timing. What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. And we're going to get Harada-san and Michael Murray on the mic earlier, or in a little bit, and we'll ask them questions from the chat. So you get your questions ready, everybody. It's not a just frame for the Thunder God Fist to the Heaven's Gate. You can mash it out because we were able to mash it out a few times. But you do have to hold up or up forward to get it to do the animation for the Heaven's Gate. Eris is not here yet today. I haven't seen him yet. He was up pretty late playing in the Soul Calibur 2 arcade tournament that they had here. Yeah, so these guys are figuring it out. Well, hold on, give me 1 second. Yo, so Poke Chop calling for help right now. I think he's calling up the real law. He's like, man, I don't know how to play T7. There's no Bruce. What am I going to do? So if you guys aren't familiar with it, maybe we could point the camera at the cabinet and how things are set up so people can see what it looks like. Just lean it over like that, yeah. So people can. Yeah, I don't think anyone has a problem with that. But we don't have a full-on board here. You guys can see on the stream. We have it. The boards are here, and we have the controller ports. So we're using PS2 pads and PS2 sticks here. But it's exciting stuff. Obviously, there's only one board setup here. We're going to try to get more for future events. So it looks like we're good to go. They're about to start the first match.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7.
We'll try to do it later. We're doing it on the Tekken channel. So twitch.tv/. So we have both Harada-san and Michael Murray here. Where'd Michael Murray go? Can't miss him. He's wearing a bright pink shirt. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Looks like we have a lot of people already watching. Please spread the word and tweet and go on Facebook. Let people know that Tekken 7 action is live here at Final Round. And don't forget, there's Tekken Tag Tournament 2 going on as well in pool play.
Round 1. Fight.
So Brian versus Lily action right now. And now Brian, one of those characters with a lot of improvements and changes to his moves. I wonder if these guys know him already. Oh, he went for a bound combo. Able to spike him down, gets the soccer kick afterwards. Here in this new remastered Dragon's Nest stage. Good block, and there's a punish. Ooh, gets the counter hit. This is going to hurt. To the wall, and that should be it. Oh, he doesn't follow up. Now, you guys probably notice a lot of the detail if you notice how Lily's hair is flowing a lot more than he usually does compared to previous games. Looks really cool. Doesn't get the Rage Art attempt there. But moving forward. All right. And Brian right now, if he gets that counter hit on that low kick, the sway back 3, he gets a juggle. So that's pretty crazy. That's one of the new improvements he has. He gets the perfect there. So Poke Chop right now feeling himself with Brian. Okay. Gets the juggle. And I believe the official move name for what everyone was used to be calling tailspin and Kiromimi is screw attack. Is that right, Harada-san? Screw attack? For when they spin? Screw attack. Screw. Okay, so yeah. It puts him in that state. All right, gets him with the chains of misery. Oh, and knocks him backwards. I don't know if that was guaranteed at the end, but it looked really cool. So that forward 4-1 to the sway back on the back turn opponent. Ugh.
Game over.
All right, we're going to get our next set of players coming up.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7. King.
Oh, we have some King action. King, one of my favorite characters in Tekken.
Get ready for the next battle.
All right, here we go, right into the match.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, starts off the match. Looks like these guys are trying to figure out the buttons. All right. Oh, I think he's going to kill him off. I'm not sure if Brian's his character. So he's going to do a little mini testing phase. You guys get to see some cool stuff here. There's the ground throw attempt.
Round 2. Fight.
Gut punch into, oh, what was he doing? Nice follow-up after the screw attack.
Perfect.
A slow motion for me.
Fight.
Oh, I didn't know 1+2, 3 did the screw attack as well. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, he's here too. So we're joined here by Michael Murray and Harada-san. If you guys want to put on the headsets, you guys can chat with everyone that's watching on stream. I have the stream chat open, so I'll be monitoring the chat to see if anyone has any questions. Go to do a voice check.
Check. Yeah, it's good, right?
Yeah, mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so Michael and Harada-san, thank you guys for coming out to final round and bringing Tekken 7, and also just here interacting with the community. How are you guys enjoying Atlanta so far?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, you know, I'm originally from the East Coast anyway, so it's nice to be back.
Yeah.
People are very, very friendly. You know, the otters down the street, that was a good example of that. So, in the final round, guys, you know, we were supposed to be here. You know that year we had the earthquake,
in 2011, right? Or was it 2011 or 2012? I don't remember.
11, I think.
Yeah, 2011. You guys were supposed to come out here.
It was like on that day too.
Yeah.
So it was nice, you know, to make up for that by bringing out the final round. Crowd's been really good Tekken supporters, and we just wanted to do something special for this one.
Yeah.
Hara-san,どうですか?
I'm very happy about first time Tekken 7 arcade version in North America.
Yes.
He doesn't need me anymore.
He can handle it.
He's really good now.
Yep.
Must be the spammers on his Twitter account, right?
Yeah. He learns a lot of English, and we see a lot of his anger through Twitter in English.
I can only rage in English.
Rage tweeting.
Yeah. Rage tweeting only.
Oh, and a special move, block. Block.
Block.
Yeah.
It's very useful lately, especially
My rage out is block.
block on Twitter. Okay.
Yeah.
You use it a lot, especially. I'm sure a lot of people in the tech community are getting bothered by that person that keeps making accounts and asking people to spread the word about this character that they made up, hoping to get them in T7. That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it.
First it was the Italian people, and then now I don't know which country this was. Was it the Philippines or something?
It's funny though. I don't think they're from the Philippines. The person that's doing it, it's weird because they would have better English at least. So I don't understand it. But anyways, let's go talk about the game. So this is the first time that North Americans have a chance to play the arcade version of Tekken 7. Right. I know a lot of people are excited. You guys just launched it on March 18th in Japan. I know some places in Korea have it as well. What is the plan for Tekken 7 arcade right now? I mean, I know you guys had the pre-release version, but now it's the final version. So what's the plan?
What do you mean, like release areas and stuff like that?
Oh, not just that, but like, I mean, what is the plan? Because I know a lot of people are talking about there's going to be updates. Is there more characters coming? That kind of stuff. Is there a plan that you can share with the community?
So, you know, I don't know how familiar you guys are with it, but we started off, I think it was in February.
Yeah, February 17th.
With the limited release. Yeah. It was the 88 set. And so that was limited to, I believe it had online only. So it didn't have the local play.
Okay.
Which was that's going to be added from the 18th from that one we just had, right?
Sure.
So it should be in the Japanese arcades already. There's also the time release, which you guys probably know is making a comeback this time.
Yeah, which is great because, I mean, that's something that as Tekken fans we experienced a long time ago, that there was the time release and there was always a new character and a reason for people to keep coming back to the arcades.
Right.
So any ideas or plans on how you guys are going to implement it? Because I know different games had different kinds of time release.
Right. 原さんどうですかね。今回の鉄拳7の業務用リリースについてどう思うか、どういう計画があるのかという質問だったので、先行リリースの説明と、あと18日の本ちゃんリリースから店舗内の対戦が追加されてて、あと今回大きいのは多分タイムリリースの話をしていて、でどういう仕組みになっているか質問されたけど、ハルさんの方が説明。
これからトレーニングモードがちょっとしたプラクティスモード乱入されることなく、
あれいつだっけ？
あれまだ一応もうすぐなんだけど、お店の要望によってタイミングが変わる。
So we were just saying that in addition to the this online mode, there's the local play. There's also going to be a kind of a practice type of mode.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's going to be launching pretty soon, right?
Pretty soon. And I was just asking when the exact date is, and he said it kind of depends on what the operators are saying when they want it. You know, if that's right away or if that's like a little bit.
So you guys have full control about updating the game on the fly. Oh, that's awesome.
So, and since it is an arcade, we have to keep the operators happy. So a lot of it comes down to, normally we'd be asking the fans, hey, what do you want? For this moment in time, it's, they're the people that get to drive the bus, I guess you could say.
I see. So from what I've heard from, you guys have been doing pretty well as far as like getting the game out there, and a lot of people have been playing it. So the game's been generating some significant income. So that's always great. That means that the Tekken fans are out there. People that want to try new games are out there. I know a lot of the Japanese pro gamers, I saw them mentioning on Twitter, like even ones that don't play Tekken as a main game, like Mago, that one of the guys on our team, he was talking about how he really wants to play Tekken 7. He's probably going to try now that it's out in arcades.
Cool. I didn't know that. I just actually ran into Tokido and I was asking about that because he played Tekken.
Yeah.
He said his main game is Street Fighter only. He's not doing Marvel anymore even, but he was thinking about getting into Tekken 7, he said. I think, this time it's not tag, so that lowers the hurdle a little bit for people.
For a lot of people, I think just not just playing the game. I mean, Tag 2, it's a brilliant game. I love the game, but there's just a lot of stuff to take in, a lot of stuff to learn. And one of the other things that changes it around with T7 is it's easier to understand visually for people that aren't accustomed to all the intricacies in Tekken.
And that was done on purpose to kind of make that more easy to understand.
I see. So again, this is a lot of people's first time seeing a lot of this is based off the final version, right? It has the stages and everything. Oh, you can see that cool stage transition in between rounds.
Right.
But yeah, so the game looks beautiful. I mean, there was a graphical upgrade that you guys have done.
They've been continually tweaking it. This is the first time the teams work with the Unreal Engine. It handles the graphics only. The scripting and all that.
It's still you guys.
It's still us. This is just a graphical engine. So the more that our team gets experience with that, because there is a lot to the engine that they had to tweak to get the performance up. But I think what you see now is pretty close to how the game's going to look. そうですよね、
いや、また
今
グラフィックバージョン
そうそう
not finished yet.
not finished?
Not
We
finished.
will
Okay.
Still
improve.
tweaking.
Yeah, we will more improved
Oh.
A little bit more.
graphic.
If you could give us
We'll
a
update.
percentage-wise, like how much more can you guys improve the graphics?
What do you think?
まだね、ちょっとエンジンを効率よく使えてないんだよね、これら。で、実はまだ床の壊れ方とかも全然物理エンジンほとんど使ってないから、あれをもうちょっと良くすると、もう少し派手に対戦が見える。
So, like I was saying, and he mentioned this as well, is that the team is not that experienced with Unreal yet. So
Yeah. So there, it's like a work in progress kind of thing, right?
And the example he gave after you asked was the destruction on the floor is not really being handled that much by the physics at the moment. So that'll be tweaked a lot more to have that kind of effect. Of
I see. So it's a lot of
top.
it is going to be just the detail
Graphical
added to the
effects
game.
and stuff.
Okay. Cool. So actually, I wanted to ask you guys about this. This is like a throwback to one of the older Tekken games. So this was in like Tekken 5 and Tekken DR, the Dragon's Nest stage.
Yeah.
What made you guys decide to do an older stage again? And even the Mishima Dojo, that was like an older stage from either like Tekken 2 or Tekken 4, right?
これって前のテッケン5のやつだっけ？なんかインスピレーションされてるけど、なんでそういう風にこう復活させようと思ったのか。
まあ結構世代によってちょっとリクエストは変わるんだけど、ドラゴンズ Z に関して結構ね、5の頃のプレイヤーからリクエストが多かったんですよ。
人気あったね。
だから今回さらにこれファイナルラウンド行くとわーっと雨が降ってきたんですごい派手なのが見ててほしいんだけど、そういうふうにちょっと本来表現したかったことを今になってやってる。
Well, you know, the stages were ones that were the most popular throughout the series.
Yeah.
Kind of, we picked those up for a renewal because some of the things that the designers, like right now, that's exactly what he's talking about. The change in the final round, you can see.
Yeah. So it went from light to dark, right?
And these kind of things are what the designers originally wanted to achieve, but couldn't under the limitations of that time.
So there was someone on the team from back in the Tekken 5 days that said, "Hey, I want to do this again."
Right. I mean, there's always these kind of things that they want to achieve, and they're not always able to.
Ah, I see.
You know, the advancement of the hardware and then using Unreal this time helped to be able to do these kind of things. So, and I guess, but the start of the discussion comes from the popularity of, and this was, you know, overwhelmingly popular among a lot of the Tekken crowds. This particular stage we're talking about.
I see.
あ
Interesting.
とあれだね、ちょっとストリーミングとかネットとかのスクリーンショットだと今回のグラフィックの良さみたいなの意外と見えにくくて、
伝わんないよね。みんな言ってる。
そう結構ね解像度的にもあとフレームレート的にも実際の画面で見るとやっぱ今日来てる人もそうだけど実際の画面見てあれなんでこんな綺麗だったんだって言ってる人が多かったからやっぱちょっと実物を見てもらえないこうやって北米は実物を持って回るしかないなと思ったねだから日本だとみんなやっぱり見てはすごい綺麗って言ってるんでできればちょっとこういう機会は今後も増やしたいんですね。
So, you know, he was just touching on, this is something a lot of people here mentioned, that they saw the game on the streams and stuff. You know, that's basically the only way that North America you have a chance to see it. And it doesn't look so good for some reason. I don't know if it's just the resolution or whatever. But when they actually see the game, it looks pretty good and people are quite surprised. In Japan, even the audience, they're saying that as well after they get their hands on it.
Yeah.
But it's much more difficult for you guys, I guess. So the only thing that we can do is to try to make it to these events and have people look at the game and see it for themselves. Because you can tell it looks quite good.
There's a big difference from what you see on videos online because a lot of times they don't have the same resolution, they don't have the same frame rate as you see in front of you. And it's a huge difference, and I'm very appreciative of the graphics engine because it looks crazy good.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that we wanted to achieve. You know, when I was talking to Rada early on,
Yep.
we were talking about some of the past installments, like 3, that were really popular with people, and I felt that one of the big reasons was the graphics, and then significant number of new characters. So that's two things, especially you'll see in this one.
Okay. So I have a few questions that came in from Twitter. I'm gonna
sure.
filter them to you guys, so you guys can answer them as you please. But Twit Hatman wanted to ask you guys, from what he's seen from Lucky Chloe, Lucky Chloe draws inspiration from several characters for her moveset.
Yep.
And is that true? And if so, which ones?
ツイッターの質問なんですけど、ユーザーから、いろんなキャラからのインスピレーションのありそうな技なんですけど、実際そういう狙いなのかと、あとどういうキャラを参考にしてるのか、多分カポとか、いくつかのアニメーションの
ラッキークロエの動き。ラッキークロエはあれだね、完全に最初からコンセプト決まってて、これに関しては俺が決めたわけじゃないんだけど、アニメーションスタッフが結構やっぱりダンス、ブレイクダンスとかをブレイクダンスとちょっとカポエラ的な要素を混ぜて作るっていうのを意識してやった。
So, yeah, I mean, this concept itself wasn't the one. It wasn't one that was thought up by Harada himself, but someone else on the team.
Yeah.
And the original concept was just that it's kind of a mix between breakdancing and the capoeira-like movements. So obviously some of the capo movements are kind of incorporated.
Gotcha. Because I mean, it is kind of like a rhythm and dance thing, kind of as well. Okay. Cool. So that answers that. So I have
and the input as well.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of that's kept in mind. It's kind of like a music game almost.
Yeah.
Is what they were going after.
I see. And that's evident through her rage art when you have to time it to get more damage in the special pose.
Right. あれですよね、音楽ゲームみたいな感覚で入力が。
こいつだけちょっとゲーム性が変わってて、完全にリズムゲーのコマンドが結構多くて、あんまりボタン連打してても結構リズムよくヒットに合わせてパンパンパンとか、レイジアーツも実はそれで追加ダメージになったりとか分かれてるから、ちょっと実はね、素人向けに一見見えるキャラなんだけど、意外と
そうではない。
俺とかは意外と苦手で結構ね、リズム感がいい人じゃないと使えないことが。
そういう人はカトリーナとか選ぶ。
カトリーナとかは結構連打する人です。
So we're just talking about, that was the core concept behind her. So a lot of people that were complaining about her, they were just like, oh, she'll spam, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you can't just do that. The timing has to be more exact, especially like you had mentioned with the rage arts, the damage is increased. The character that we kind of focus for more beginners is actually Katrina, because she's got some strings that are much more
yes.
and such. Yeah, I mean, so Chloe isn't that character. That's not what she was designed to be.
Okay. Well, thanks for the answer for that. Now, I have a question from Flying Wonky, who you guys might know from Avoiding the Puddle.
Yeah.
The famous news hound for the Tekken community. So Flying Wonky wanted to ask, can you go into detail on how the customization system works in Tekken 7 about like collecting orbs, gold, and blueprints and stuff like that?
これフライングモンキーからの質問で、超名人の例ので、カスタマイズについてなんか説明してもらえますか？どういう風になってるの？オーブとか設計図とかなんかいろいろあるじゃないですか。
まあ、
どういう風に？
あの辺に関しては今アーケードバージョンだけでそういうことをやってるんで、また今後変わるかもしれないから、なんとも言えないね。アーケードではなんていうの？設計図みたいなものをコレクションしてでパーツに変えていくっていうような仕組みになってるんだけど、これが未来永劫ずっとこうなのかこれはちょっとまだ分かんないので。
The system is kind of different for Tekken, like you acquire these types of parts and you have to complete it to get a certain item and such. But that's just something for the arcade, and there's a chance it could change, when the game eventually makes its way to the console. So it's not really something relevant outside of the arcade.
I see. Okay. Fair enough. So I'm going to try to filter these questions as best I can so we don't get any troll questions.
Like that character or whatever?
Yes. One of the questions, and I don't know if this makes sense or not because I haven't really paid attention to anything, but someone asked, do the ranks give an insight on which characters might return for T7? You know, the arcade ranks.
Like, how high that particular character has been.
Yeah.
Does it play a role in what?
give insight on the characters that might return for T7. I guess the name of the ranks.
Yeah. For Tag 2, for example.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. タグ2の例えばキャラランク誰らがなんか鉄拳をまたキャラとかで参考にしているのかというその鉄拳7のキャララインナップ要はいっぱいなんか鉄拳を中から
キャララインナップに関しては別にそのランキングとかじゃないよ、強さのランキングとかじゃなくてまあいくつか観点はあるんだけど、まあ、1個は当たり前だけど人気だよね。キャラの使用率っていうのとキャラの好き嫌いの人気っていうのとまた別だからこれは厄介で、このデータとあとはそれだけじゃなくて結局俺らとして今回ストーリー的に今後鉄拳のストーリーを大きくいろんな決着をつけたりしていくところあるから、まあそういうことを
あとバリエーションだよね。
もちろん戦う方のバリエーションもこうだし、そういうの全部ミックスして考える。
Not so much is the short answer, and what's really taken into consideration is more the usage and the popularity, because they're not necessarily one and the same.
I see.
And then also story elements, because there is a particular story that we're trying to portray this time around.
I see. Okay.
So not so much the rank.
Gotcha. So Mr. Adam Zero wanted to ask, is there any chance of Raven in Tekken 7? And if so, how much tequila will it take to make sure?
Well, he knows what to do, right?
Well, you know,
I need tons of tequila.
Tons of tequila. You know what's really nice? I remember I tweeted after we announced that Tekken 7 would be at final round to make sure you thank Harada-san to bring some tequila. Someone brought him a bottle of Patron yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.
But let's go to the next question. We'll skip that one. I don't think it's a real question.
Yeah, I mean,
because I think anything having to people about asking about their characters, I mean, just wait and see, right?
Someone's spamming Anna.
I want Salman, you know. Salman
yeah, and I think Harada's watching the stream chat right now, and he probably sees like everyone asking for Anna.
Chat is too fast.
Which one? Oh wow.
A lot of chat.
How about Salman? Sake.
Salmon and sake?
No?
It's trash.
Or praying mantis?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. There's a lot of questions. So another one from Flying Wonky. He asked, do you guys prefer Yuriko Tiger or Kinako Sano? Who do you guys prefer?
That's a good question.
Yeah, because you guys have been using both of them to help promote the game, right?
Yuriko Tiger ka Sano-san?
タイガーと誰？
サノ。
なんて質問するんだ。
Putting him on the spot.
いや俺どっちも好きだよやっぱり。
He went with the safe answer. He likes them both.
There you go.
だけど
He
やっぱ
likes them
そ
both.
のあれだよね。恋人にしたいタイプと嫁にしたいタイプで分かれるんだよ。
He said it's kind of like you have a certain type you want to use for. He's like, you know, there's a type that you want to use, you have for a girlfriend, and a type that you would like to marry. So it's kind of. They're often.
We probably shouldn't get into that.
No,
both of you guys are married men, so let's not do it.
Exactly.
But I'm single. Anyways, let's go. Okay, yeah, we're not going to ask about Anna again because the stream chat's been asking for a while.
Anna, Nina, Bob, you know, I know.
One of the things that was brought up, I know Harada mentioned it on Twitter, is based on the fan demand that you guys are considering, you may include Kazumi as a playable character, but it just really depends on the fan demand.
I saw that on Twitter, yeah.
Is that only for Kazumi, or people are wondering, based on fan demand, will other characters be considered to be playable as well?
どうですか？原さんのカズミ以外でもなんか人気があれば復活する可能性あるとか。
まあネットワークアップデートシステム持ってるんで、正直今計画しているもの以外に変更も可能だし、逆に言うと変更も可能だし、すぐになんでまたね2ヶ月くらいやればキャラパッド1個増やしたりとかっていうのも不可能ではないので。
あれだよね、原さん。可能性あるって言ったのはモデルとかいろいろ入ってるからね。あとは
操作の部分を例えばカズミとかの場合だとモデルはあるけどやっぱり基本的に CPU が動くように調整しちゃってるから人が動かせるようにするにはちょっとお金かけてやんなきゃいけないっていうのと
あと2人とも和美の場合に虎とかいろいろ出るし、
そうだね、虎同士どうすんだとか、そういうのをちょっと調整しなきゃいけないのと、あとはキャラクターね、俺らがどんどん増やす分にはいいんだけど、過去の反省もあるので、あんまりいっぺんに増やすとやっぱり対戦自体が非常に攻略が難しくなるっていうのがあるので、そこら辺ちゃんとプレイヤーの習得する時間との兼ね合いを考えて増やしたいなというふうに思います。
それもあって今回タイムレース。
そうそうそう。
So, yeah, I mean, it is possible. The reason why he said, especially with Kazumi, was that, you know, since she's already in the game,
Yeah.
the character model and all that, it would just be, you know, how to control her and such. There is still some technical stuff like, you know, if they're both Kazumi and you have your tiger and all that,
Yes.
how does that work? But other characters are possible. You know, we do update the game over the network, so it would be possible to add a character. Or he said alter the current lineup. I don't know if that means like, you know, changing the lineup at all, but I was thinking additions. But you know, you do need to keep in mind that there is a group out there that like Tag 2 that, you know, they love it. There's almost 60 characters, right?
Yeah.
But this time we intentionally we kind of decreased the lineup a bit because it's just overwhelming for a lot of people. And the time release was adopted this time, especially to kind of give people time to acclimate to, you know, the characters, the changes, and how to both play as them, but also against them. So we didn't want to throw all the characters at everyone at once. Was one of the reasons for doing
and
that.
I think one of the most exciting things, like we mentioned for the time release for Tekken, it keeps people coming back for more. It keeps people excited. I know back in the day when Tekken Zaibatsu used to be the main site for a lot of Tekken fans, and they used to release like preview videos for new characters coming out through the time release, and that always got a lot of people excited because not everyone had access to more information about the game, because I mean the internet was still kind of new.
People would try to mess with the clock to make it come out quicker.
Yeah, stuff like that. But
yeah,
it's really cool to see that you guys are kind of like going back to your roots.
Yeah, we got a lot of people here that look like they could be in the game. How they're just so buff, you know?
Yeah, like Big E. Big E and Gio.
Shin Blanca as well.
Yeah, put him in the game. So there's been a lot of questions, and I filtered through most of them. A lot of them are,
Okay.
I know, questions that don't have answers right now. One of the ones that has come up a lot, as a lot of people are asking, is when is there going to be a console version coming out? I know that you guys haven't announced it yet, but they just want to know, is there any information on it?
家庭用の情報はないですか？
今、北米の人にはね、いろいろ話してあげたいけど、家庭用の話なんかちょっとでもしたら、今、日本のアーケードマーケットからお叱りを食らうので、とてもじゃないけど、何も言えません。
Yeah, it's tough, you know, because we can kind of put ourselves in the shoes of the fans of North America and other regions who don't have arcades, and we realize, you know, like the thing with on Eris's site was one example about the leak or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I can totally understand people. They just love the game and they want to, you know, get information about what's going to come out and stuff. And this is the same. I mean, when people are bitching about something, I just take it as, you know, they're excited and they want to get their hands on it.
Yes, they're
right
passionate
away.
fans.
So, but on the other hand, and this doesn't really have anything to do with them because it's the arcade in Japan or the arcade in Korea. You know, Tekken does make a considerable amount of money still in the arcade, which we then use to develop the console. So if Kurata talks about that at this point, then the operators stop buying the game and stop supporting it. And that would make it much more difficult for a console launch as well.
And plus, you guys just released the game officially last week.
Right.
It's still kind of early, I think.
Kind of early.
ただ、ね、北米の人に届けれる頃には、鉄拳いつもやっぱアーケードって厳しい市場を通してるから、ゲームのバランスも、ね、すごく良くなって、でキャラクターももちろん増えて、グラフィックも実は何十%か大体上がるんだよね、発売前に。で、グラフィックも良くなって、いろんなモードとかも入って、すごくいいものを最終的には届けれるプロセスの一つなので、今はアーケードのローンチまだしたばっかりだから、少しの間見守っててほしいなっていう気持ちがありますね。
And, you know, while they are waiting, there are some bugs and all these kind of issues that we work out while it's released in the arcade. Also, the graphical level is improved, and characters balanced and such. So there's a lot of good to come out of that proving ground in the arcade before it comes to console. So we hope that fans will be as patient as they can, and we'll try to provide these kind of opportunities for them to get their hands on the game as well.
Got it. So you guys hear that, so quit asking about it.
Yeah, I mean, we're sorry. We realize that you want to play it as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just tough for North America and Europe, and this is coming from a fan perspective because not having access to the game but seeing the media and all the information out there,
right.
it just, we live in different regions with different markets. There's no arcade market in the U.S. anymore.
Right.
There's no arcade market really in Europe, so it just makes it tough if you're not living in one of those areas that has access to the game.
Well, and people compare it to Street Fighter, which is it's a totally different case because they don't really have a strong arcade scene in Japan. They release first on console, and that's why the operators don't really buy much, Street Fighter machines in Japan, especially. So it's a different business model. It works for them, but not necessarily for us.
Understood.
And we realize, there's a lot of stuff coming out of Japan, especially now. They're putting a lot more effort into it than normal because we've got these things going on for the 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
You saw the thing we had back in February, was it maybe?
Yep.
And then the stuff with Yuriko Tiger and Sana-san, like the Monkey mentioned. All this is just, supposed to help promote the brand, get more people interested in the game, and hopefully get a lot bigger player base. So I think everyone will benefit. It's just the timing of when all this takes place.
Gotcha. So I know when we were at the Comic-Con panel last year, we were talking about Tekken 7. We were talking about some exclusive character designs from different artists and different mangaka and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Are we going to see any more of those collaborations for the costumes coming up?
Good question.
Like I forgot who designed Lars' costume, but obviously really cool, really nice introduction.
これね、ラースはね、日本ではね結構ね有名なカードゲームとかのデザインをね結構やってる人なんだよね。
So Lars is actually done by designers pretty famous in Japan. They normally work on card games, so it's kind of different.
Oh, okay.
あとは
The card Vanguard
Yes,
person,
yes,
right?
Vanguard.
Yeah,
Right.
I
ヴァン
forgot
ガ
their
ードって
name.
アメリカでも
Are they known in the States at
Yes,
all?
it's a very well like sites like Hulu and Crunchyroll. They license it over so they can watch it here in America as well. So yeah, it does have a following here.
あとはカズミとかはベヨネッタのデザインやってる島崎さんだけど、女性のデザイナーで実はまだそのベヨネッタの、デザインやってた島崎さんのキャラクターでまだ出てきてないキャラとかいるからその辺はちょっと楽しみにしててほしい。
So I guess one of the big ones this time is the Kazumi design done by Shimazaki-san.
Yeah, from Bayonetta, yeah.
And there's also another design she did for a character yet to be announced, so that's something to look forward to.
Okay.
That should be interesting. Yeah, I like his armor, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I haven't used him a whole lot this time, Each time I try to pick up a new character, and this time I've started playing Katrina. She's maybe not as strong as Shaheen or Claudio, but she's hot. So.
She's pretty easy to use, though. I mean, based on what you were telling me, you just gave me like a few moves. I was able to puzzle it together really easily.
She's got a down forward right kick that on counter stun, so it's pretty useful.
Oh yeah, and they do like a weird stun, and then you can pick them up.
Right. And then, she's got that forward right kick that does kind of like a Lars type of movement where she can switch into a stance. She has different moves and such. And then she's got like a snake edge type down back right kick that's pretty useful.
Yeah, and then it gives them the same like juggle flip property, where you can pick them up and then just do some damage.
She's got crazy range, and then when she follows up with her, you guys call it a tailspin move, I think. So yeah, but on the other hand, she doesn't have a lot of mid options, and she's limited in some.
Well, yeah, I noticed all her mid options are like really short range.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, and they're kind of slow, like that big, was it the back right kick, her knee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she's not that strong, but the new characters are usually made a little bit strong on purpose because, you want people to check them out.
You want people to use them. Yeah, I remember, like, for Tekken 5, like, when you guys introduced Feng Wei and Raven, those characters were really buff and really cool when they first came out, so it's interesting to see you guys have I think for this version so far, you have 3 brand new characters. So it's Claudio, Shaheen. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry, 4. Because
Four,
Lucky
right.
Chloe and Katarina as well.
Yeah. If Harada still decides to put Chloe in the North American version, right? まだ入りますか Chloe アメリカの
まあ
Bring in more tequila if you guys want it.
大丈夫だね。リクエストが多かったらそれに従うんで。
She's popular, then of course they'll put
Nice.
her in. I saw people using her the other day.
Yeah,
Yesterday was it?
I think the way the internet blew up about that, it wasn't really the community. It was just people being I guess it's just the nature of the internet. People wanted to troll just because they
And
could.
some of them probably don't even play Tekken to start off with.
Yeah, and they just are like, oh, I'm so offended by the design.
It's like whatever.
I was like, there's worse things out there.
And I like when Harada was like, so you want a bald, like, muscular dude. And you're like, yeah, that's totally it.
Well, Tekken has a bunch of muscular dudes already.
Right?
It's good to see some variety.
And honestly, this is just my opinion, but the development team is probably like 90% male, so I think the last thing we all want to see is, another guy. But, that's just a different story.
Yeah. So someone else wanted to ask about the time release. Obviously, you guys haven't really released details on how you guys are going to do it.
Right.
But in addition to the characters, is there a possibility for time release stages as well?
That'd be an interesting idea.
Because like in past Tekken games, like after a certain character was unlocked or available on the machine, there'd be a new stage that could be selected or something like that.
Right. ステージのタイムリリースって可能性ある？
あるある。
He said yes, there are time release stages.
ただあれだね、昔に比べたら例えば鉄拳の1、2、3とかの頃って背景なんて本当にキャラクターのコストに比べると1ステージあたりどれぐらいだろうね、下手したら10分の1以下でのコストでできてたんだけど、今はっきり言ってステージのコストってものすごく高くて、特に 3D 格闘鉄拳みたいに360度しかもいろいろインタラクション的に壊れたり、こうやって、ね、背景が雨に急になってライティング変わったりとかっていうのを入れ始めると今一気に重たくなってるから、あんま気軽に昔ほどステージも増やせなくなっちゃったよね。
So, when back in the day, the stages were much easier to create because of the cost, it was the stages were simple, not much detail, the lighting and such, where he said maybe 1/15 of the cost of the characters perhaps.
Yeah.
But now that's not the case, there's so much detail in the stages.
Yeah, oftentimes the stage detail eclipses that of the character.
Right, and the lighting and the environmental changes and everything that takes place has made it much more time and money
I see.
intensive. So not as it's much more difficult to create that number. But there are some time release stages planned.
Okay. One of our fans, LZN, he's a longtime Tekken fan. He had a question about the arcade board. I know in the past Tekken has had different arcade boards from System 246, System 256, even back in the day like System 33 and stuff like that. Is there an official name for the board that Tekken 7 is running on?
I don't know if we've announced it. Have we?
This board is original board, not based by PlayStation.
I see. So just an original.
It is first time no PlayStation board.
Ah.
For
But
Tekken.
it has a name though, right?
Yeah, we have the name.
Do we say it? 外の公開してんだっけ?
The name is ES3 and custom name.
CS3?
What was it?
ES3?
ES3.
Base board is ES3, but we customize for Tekken 7.
Okay, so this is specifically for Tekken. It's not a board that you use for something else.
So the base is used for others, but this is custom.
I see.
Like you take that as a base and then we rework it for Tekken. So,
Okay. Interesting.
yeah. I don't think he's ever talked about that before.
Yeah, I guess some fan was curious about it because that's like the kind of stuff that people like.
That is a big thing. It's not PlayStation architecture based this time around.
Yeah. And this is the first time for you guys to not be using PlayStation architecture for it.
Yep. So, I mean, that was done, I think Harada did that intentionally, to shift towards PC-based development.
I see. Which is, I think, what the majority of a lot of game developers are using nowadays.
Mostly, yeah. But doesn't mean that we don't do PlayStation anymore. It just means we have a lot
but
more.
I mean, let's say in theory, do you think it'll be easier to port games based off the code that you have that built up off the PC-based engine?
Yeah.
In theory, it should be easier, right?
In theory.
Yeah, let's just talk about that. Anyway, let's see what other questions that we may have from the stream chat. Okay, it looks like the questions have kind of dried up. One more guy, Slinky Links, and I guess he's a fan of Idolmaster. He said, can we get Idolmaster costumes for Tekken 7?
Yeah, sure. Everyone would love that, right?
Yeah, it'd be better than the Lucky Chloe thing.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Maybe
It's possible. I mean, that's an IP that Bandai Namco owns, correct?
And he's a Idolmaster.
Yeah, we see his tweets sometimes. So there's your answer. He said it's possible, so don't rule it out. All right. I know we've kept you here for a while. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about and mention to the fans? Because we'll be here all day.
話したいことある？
なんだろうね、みんなリクエストくれるのはいいんだけど、単にやっぱりキャラクターネームをスパミングするのは逆に逆効果だよね。だから多分スパミングはやめた方がいいと思う。むしろそれされると開発としてはうんざりしてもう消してやろうかなと思っちゃうから。
So, I mean, this goes without saying, but there's a lot of spamming of certain topics recently. You're just saying that, he's thinking objectively. He's like, he doesn't understand why they choose to do that.
Yeah.
Because it just makes us like
annoyed
and less likely to do what they are asking for.
Yeah.
And to maybe even do the opposite. So it's hard to understand.
あとね、一番本当は良くないのは、これは真面目な話だけど、キャラクターの自分の考えたキャラクターのアイデアをイラストにして送ってくる人いるでしょ。あれは本当にやり方としては、うちに鉄拳に限らず良くなくて、ゲームデベロッパーに対してそれやると、絵をね、例えば参考にたまたま本当に作っちゃったとするじゃん、開発が。で後から訴訟で揉めるんだ、大体権利で。この絵は僕がもともと描いてたやつだから、それを開発が僕から
偶然に
偶然だとしてもパクったとかって言って訴訟になることっていうのは今まで過去の例あるから、だから絵の公募はしないんだよね。絵の応募とか公募をしない理由はそれで、
文字で
文字でまだアイデア言う分にはまだいいんだけど、イラスト送ってくるのは最悪で、はっきり言ってもうそれをされた時点でそのアイデアは使えない、よほどのことがないから。だから、結構それをガンガン送ってくる人が今海外でも増えてるんだけど、はっきり言って本当に自分のアイデア採用してほしかったらイラスト描いて送ってオリジナルキャラをイラストで描いて送ってくるのはちょっと良くないやり方だね。
And he's just saying just because it's an interesting topic, but there's a lot of people that they draw these illustrations of characters that they made up or whatever.
Yes.
And not only is that annoying, but just on a more basic level, that when say we have some kind of character for, I don't know, a Filipino or whatever that character was that people were drawing.
Yeah,
right?
it was Xana Dallas or whatever they kept spamming.
Right?
Yeah.
So say for example, we were working on something similar that had nothing to do with it, but just happened to be similar.
Yeah.
When they send that, then there's a chance that our company would say, okay, well, it might cause some kind of legal trouble, even if it's not borrowed. So they're just like, fuck it, we're not going to do that then.
I see. So their spamming and their constant bothering can actually hurt development.
Exactly, because that makes it a chance of maybe it was 2% that their idea would get implemented, turns to 0 because it's a risk.
So everyone asking about Anna could possibly get her deleted forever.
Well, that's
I'm joking.
Yeah.
But you guys already own that, so that's
Right.
fine.
So I mean, and he's just explaining.
Yeah, but I think honestly, there's good ways about going and requesting for things, and there's bad ways. Spamming and annoying the hell out of people is the bad way of doing it.
Yeah, and if you do have a cool idea for character, then words, not an illustration, but in words about what that character would be like and how they fight and something is more effective than
and that's the great thing is both you and Harada-san are accessible via Twitter as long as you're polite and you're able to get information in a nice way. I know you guys read everything. You might not reply to everything, but you guys definitely do read everything.
He doesn't sleep. He's like, Twitter 24 hours a day.
Every night.
So yeah, I mean we do, and I love talking to the fans. Like I was talking to some guys from Venezuela just got here, and it's refreshing. They're just so hyped for the game, and they're asking if it's possible we could come down sometime, and definitely I mean we love that kind of stuff. So people who they're playing our game, obviously we're interested in talking with them. It's just people who have agendas about something like that character you're mentioning.
Yeah.
It's like we just shut down right away when we hear that kind of stuff. So.
I see.
今あれな沖縄もほら47都道府県日本全国今鉄拳動いてるんだけど、沖縄の人がなんか
北海道友達にした
めったにほら東京の人とかと対戦できないから、沖縄で東京の人とかと対戦できるっていうのちょっと今喜んでた。
So he's like always on Twitter, and so he just said that one of the topics now that's kind of interesting is I guess I should explain about the geography. So Okinawa is like the very southern tip of Japan, and we have the game released there. And they're saying how they're so happy to now be able to be matched with people like famous players from Tokyo.
Yep.
Because of the internet connection, the online play. So that's one thing that a lot of people seem to be really happy with.
Yeah, this experience for T7 is like really opening up a new type of experience for the arcade player. The ones that don't get to travel, the ones that only could stay home, right?
Right. I mean, you have a chance of matching with Nobi or you or some of these guys. So. And they're even streaming a lot more this time. I mean, I noticed Kurokuro has been streaming from Akihabara quite a bit, and some other players from outside of Tokyo. We're going to be showing up on Kurokuro's stream as well, I think. So.
Oh, nice. So you guys are going to head to Tokyo Leisureland in Akihabara, right?
Yeah, he hit me up and he said he was interested in doing something, and he's been really good at helping promote the game. So I'd like to help him out a bit. And yeah, man, we need you to come out.
So when?
Akiba, anytime we'll match it.
Well, I'm there at least every 2 months, so we'll figure it out. But yeah, Kurokuro is doing a great job of providing some kind of way for fans to, at least fans in America, to watch because they don't have the accessibility, really.
It's cool, I think maybe this started with Owl. There's the older generation of the guys who went to EVO, but as far as the current generation, I think Owl is the guy who's been going to a lot of foreign tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
And people, the other players in Japan are kind of taking note of that because he was relatively unknown when he started doing that. And
then there was that year that he won SBO.
Right.
And then he really blew up a lot more. Everyone's like, oh, he's so cute. He's such a little kid. Right. And he's beating everyone's ass in Tekken.
And then so now these other players are seeing that. And they're like, hey, I want to do that. That's cool.
Just like Gen. Gen's, he's 14 years old and he's traveling all over the world to play Tekken.
Right. And then I've seen a lot more interaction. Before Japanese trying to speak English, they were like, oh, no, I don't want to do that. But now they're talking to people on Twitter and, giving them information about the latest strategies and Tekken 7 and such. So it's really cool to see that interaction.
I see. So another person asked, they know that Tekken 7 is here, obviously, at Final Round. First time that people get to play it in North America. How can other events have a chance to have Tekken 7 as well? Because I know we talked about it prior to EVO, that Tekken 7 would be making its rounds, going to different events around the world. So how can people find out more about that?
どうしたらTekken 7は自分のイベントに来てもらえるのかっていう質問ですね。
結構、エボがあるから。
マークマンに預ければいいのか。
できれば多くの人に、エボまでにプレイできる機会を用意したいと思ってるので、これから台数は増やそうと思ってるんだけど、ちょっと早めに言ってくれないと、アメリカもほらもう広いからさ、荷物を送るだけでも結構時間かかるんだよね。で、あとセッティングする人とかもちょっと家庭用とは違うんで、専門の知識がいるので、ちょっとそこだけ早めに教えてくれたらスケジュールまだ組めるかも。もう例えば今4月のなんかイベント行ってきてる人いるんだけど、もう今のタイミングで間に合わないので、結構もう詰まっちゃってるから、もうちょっと早めに言ってくれると嬉しいなとかね。
Well, part of it is getting that knowledge ahead of time, because we need time to prepare to ship the machines out and all that, because they're not kept in the States at the moment like they used to be for the TAC 2 ones. We're shipping it from Japan, so it takes more time. Like, there's some people who were mentioning some events they had in April to Harada directly, but it's just, it's very difficult for us to do that on such short timing. So and we're trying to actually prepare more with the boards. There's only 2 at the moment that we're using for this event, but prepare more so that we can use them at more tournaments and such. And also the staff, because you saw it. It's got the JV board and all that, and so the connection. Yeah,
it's definitely going to require babysitting and stuff like that, especially at events.
So we need our staff, because if this were to get leaked somewhere, then that could do major damage. So we need someone on the board constantly as well, because it's not in the cabinet and lock away like it used to be. For EVO, we hope to have that kind of stuff sorted out, but before that, we want to try to take it around to some major tournaments so people can practice beforehand.
Yeah, so I mentioned to you that one of the things I started doing is on my website, I put up a page for people to submit information on if they would like to see Tekken 7 at their event. That way we have a collected amount of info that I would filter off to you guys and let you guys know, like, hey, these guys are having an event. I mean, obviously, just because you send something over doesn't mean you're going to have it at your event. It's just we have more information so we can consider what's in the future.
And, Mark, you travel all over the place. I could just, give you the keys, I
guess. You should, because, like I mentioned to you, I always tell you guys, if you guys want to go there, I'm going to be there anyways, so let's do it.
I mean, you're pretty much the Tekken team anyways,
I'll be the U.S. side.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're trying to work out the kinks in that, but hopefully we can do something. I know Big E was asking about it, as well as Shin Blanca. I mean, they're all very excited. And we're glad that they're willing to, want to do that for us, too. Yeah. So we want to try to work out something that it'll work for everyone. Yeah,
so if you guys want to see Tekken at your event, obviously give us more information. I'll send you. I'll tweet out the link again if you want to send your information over, and then I'll pass it on to both Michael and Harada in the future. But right now, let's just focus on T7 that we have here at Final Round, and hopefully we'll be able to see it at more events in the future. Oh, a fan wanted to ask a personal question for Harada-san.
Okay.
What? Someone said they know that you're a PC enthusiast. What's your main PC packing nowadays? What kind of PC spec do you run? And have you ever thought about streaming?
PC spec?
Yeah.
PC spec.
For your personal one.
俺の個人的なやつ今はあれだね GTX の980を2枚出しのやつが1台とあと水泳で使ってるやつは、それ3枚挿してるかな
So it's got one PC that's got double GTX 980s.
980s? Oh, wow.
I think he actually got them from video.
Nice.
ただ3枚出しの方はねつけてるとね電気代をやたら食うのとね部屋がねすげえ暑くなっちゃうから冬でもファン回していっぱい冷やしたりとかしてるから水冷なのに水冷のラジエーターにファンをまた当ててるわけよでそれをやってるとねうちの嫁がすごい怒るからちょっと今は2枚出しの方をメインに使ってる
He's got another one that's water cooled and it's got 3 graphic cards in it but it just eats so much electricity and even in the winter he's got another fan used that he puts towards the cooling unit and his wife doesn't really like that so much so he doesn't use that one as much apparently.
I see.
ストリーミングしないのっていう質問もあった原さん自身
何のストリーミング
PC の例えばでもそれ面白いね関係ないゲームをストリーミングしてたら面白いよね
いいけどどうなんだろうそんな面白いのかな見てて俺じゃあ例えば
あと会社的に大丈夫なのか
わかんないいややってもいいけどペイデイ2とか遊んでても普通に鉄拳とかさポッケンとかサマーレッスンとかの質問ばっかり来そうで、なんかゲームに集中できなそうなんだけど。
So he hadn't really thought about streaming apparently. Like I guess he plays Payday 2 quite a bit, and he would. I guess if you stream something, it'd be like that. But He foresees that most of the questions would be about Summer Lesson or Pokken or Tekken.
I see. You think, yeah,
like-
I'm sure if he's streaming another game, someone will probably overwhelm him with questions about the other stuff that he's working on.
Right.
And that's the tough thing right there is like really finding the focus and the time to do that kind of stuff.
It's tough, you know. I mean, I've seen Eris and these guys do a bunch of streaming, so I've been streaming a bit for my PS4 because it's so easy now.
Oh yeah, it's just you just press the button and then
Right?
get it going.
I've been streaming some Destiny and a bit of Grand Theft Auto, but yeah, I mean, it's.
I heard you're gonna join the
His
crew
clan, yeah.
with Eris.
Well, I finally got my condo. It's a 10-car garage and all the requirements to do the heist. So I'm gonna join the avoiding the puddle. Their gang or whatever you call it. It should be good, man. I'm so addicted to that game at the moment.
Many people are.
But then I mean, I'd probably get Tekken questions as well. And,
I see.
and it's tough, you know, because we're playing the game in the office and all the characters are unlocked. Like even when I was talking to some people here, I'm like, so who are you gonna use? Because I know their main character.
Yeah.
In the back of my mind, I'm like, holy shit, is that character part of the default or, you know, I gotta.
It's hard because you have to like even when I'm at events and people are like talking to us about like proprietary information that we're not supposed to talk about.
Yeah.
I have to think in my head is like,
Right?
is that public info? Can I talk about that?
Exactly.
So usually I just like
It's like
I give them the default like I don't know yet. And a lot of people ask me too because they know how close I am with the team.
Yeah.
They ask me like, "Hey Mark, do you know anything about this or that?" I just like I can't talk about anything that hasn't been announced.
Right.
which is true because I mean
Yeah.
that would spoil the surprise.
I mean, I know it's not as interesting, but you know, it's that way for a purpose, you know. 'Cause
Yeah. It's not like they're trying to keep information from you guys. It's just like we have to do things a certain way, and that's how game development and marketing works, right?
Yeah. But Evo should be hyped this year, huh?
Evo should be very exciting, and this is obviously going to be Tekken 7's first time at Evo. First time it's going to be a major like global world tournament, having people from all over the world, and I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, it's good to be, you know, getting some love from Mr. Wizard for the Tekken.
You know,
series.
he really likes Tekken, but he also said that Nina better be in the game or he's going to be sad. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's his favorite character.
Nina, yeah, he's used her forever, right?
Yeah, ever since Tekken 1.
I need to start practicing. You know, I haven't played a whole lot. I picked up Katarina so that I could show off a new character at this event. But I'm not as good as I used to be at one point.
You got to start playing and grinding it out. I remember you were practicing your Lars and your Devil Jin for Tag 2 with a lot of the guys on the development team. A lot of those guys are really good too. They have like some of the old Tekken 5 Japanese like legendary players.
Yeah, there's Dozono, there's Misha Master. I played a lot of against Jingu for quite a bit.
Yeah, Jingu.
Too. He's actually working on a different game.
And
right?
then SDZ, is he still there?
No, he's
not there? Okay.
So not so much anymore. And then I would play, you know, you and those guys whenever I saw them. And you know, when I first saw you, I couldn't. I was just like your casual player.
Yeah.
But then I remember when I went to your ST Tekken room one year, I played James, and he was like, "Holy shit, man, what happened?"
You know how to play now. I mean, it kind of forces you to do it because, like, you're going around the world representing the game.
Yeah.
You don't want to get beat up by people all the time. You want to show them that you know what you're doing.
Because they treat you so much different.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the same. Like, I don't play Street Fighter, but I mean, we do a lot of work at Mad Catz with Street Fighter. I play enough so I don't lose to random people. I play enough so I don't embarrass myself. The same thing for Tekken, but if anyone wants to challenge me in Tekken, they'll probably lose. Like if it's someone part of the media.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I mean, I don't play in tournaments anymore, but I play enough so I don't get embarrassed.
But even, you know, a lot of our old school players on the team, they're still good because there's like character knowledge, but then there's like your
the fundamentals.
Tekken knowledge, right?
Yeah, the Tekken fundamentals. That thing usually never leaves you.
It's, you know, spacing and timing and that kind of stuff. So, I mean, the older guys were still pretty good. Even Misha Master, I think he still goes to the arcades quite frequently. So
nice. I know he plays a lot of different fighting games, and he's good at a lot of them too.
Yeah, he played Street Fighter for a bit.
He played Street Fighter, Virtua, and then of course he's a beast in Tekken.
Yeah, I wish we could bring him abroad, you know, because he's a really cool guy, and he's very interesting play style as well. But he's just such a core part of the team that you know we can't afford to take him around with us.
People have to do work sometimes. So one of the things I wanted to ask you about, I just noticed it, like with Zhao Yu and a lot of the female characters in Revolution, you guys changed what their face looked like.
Yeah.
And kind of gave them a more unique look. Like Zhao Yu actually really looks like a little girl now, or a school girl, I should say.
Yeah, she looked like Oba-san when she's Japanese or like an older lady, right?
She looked like an old lady before?
テッケンでもね、結構一新したんだよね、女の子の顔とか。
そうだね。7で
で、
もう変えた。
若くなったねってシャン。
ああ、そうかもね。で、結構実はコスチュームもね、みんな変わってないって言ってるけど、結構ね、実はちゃんとゲームやった人は分かると思うんだけど、細かいところ意外と変わってんだよ。肩にいっぱい羽がついてたりとか。
So, and some people maybe haven't noticed as much, but the character costumes that people think haven't changed have actually had some details and stuff reworked, like adding, accessories and portions to the costume.
Ah, I see.
So, yeah, it's not drastic or anything, but it has changed a bit.
まあ、あとドラスティックで変わってるキャラもいるし、まあ、あとカスタマイズ結構変えれることを今回意識してるから、意外とカスタマイズ大きく変わると思う。
And more than the default costume, there's a lot more emphasis on the customization. So there's a lot more that you can change. And this is again something that's really cool that I'd like to talk more about. I just don't know how much has been.
Yeah, you should check your notes first. You should check your notes.
Like there's customization and stuff other than costumes and such. So.
Can we talk wish list stuff? Because I have a wish list of things that I would like to see, and this is me being greedy. I would like to see old costumes.
Old costumes?
Like,
we get that a lot, like Tekken 3 or Tekken 4, whoever, like a Yoshimitsu from that era or whatever.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously Yoshimitsu, each iteration of his is like totally different. But like Kazuya, I think I have the picture on my phone, but like he had in Tekken 2, I think, or Tekken 1, he had just like a tank top and jeans and sneakers on. That was really cool. Very casual.
Red sneakers, right?
Yes, the red sneakers. Like it was like red Converse or something like that. Stuff, those kind of costumes, like those iconic ones that we remember from like back in the day. Before he got super serious.
Tekken 2の 2P のコスチュームだけど、上着てる？それ。
あ、違う。道着じゃない、
普通の
ジーパンと
タンクトップ1
だよね。あと赤いスニーカーだっけ、コンバースっぽい。
で、意外と鉄拳1とか2はギリギリな、1とか2のねモデルってすごくシンプルだから、今の技術で再現すると結構違って見えちゃうのよ。実は1回やったことあるんだけど。全然新しいコスチュームに見えちゃって、これ復活したもんだっていうふうに多分みんな分かんない、気づかないと思う。ディティールが良くなりすぎちゃう。
So we're just saying that there was some development on that at an early point where they tried to pick up a costume that was well known, very serious and do it, but that now just because of the hardware, the level of detail in the costume is so much greater that even if we recreate it, people don't even notice that it was the costume.
It's too detailed.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't know if you remember Virtua Fighter 4 or I think it was 4. They had special costumes where it was the polygons from part 1, where it would look really blocky. You've seen that. Have you ever considered doing something like that to make it look like their Tekken 2 or Tekken 3 model? I think that'd be really interesting.
まあ、それはやろうと思ったらできるよね。
You could do that if, I mean, it's possible. Yeah.
当時のモデルは関節がつながってないから、やりやすいっちゃやりやすい。
何がつながってない？
関節がつながってないから、スキーがつながってなくて、そんなになんて再現するのにはそんなに大変じゃないけど、まあキャラクターが多いからちょっとコストはかかるから。
It's not that difficult because it looks like the models from the past series.
Yeah.
The problem is just there's so many characters now.
I know. Just a thought.
あとね、そういう画面をパッと見て、うわー、今回の鉄拳
すごいねって、
そうカクカクしてるねっていう人が本当に現れるから、もう世の中って時々そういうとんでもない人がね、何%がいるからね、それがちょっと嫌だなって。
And he's kind of worried that there's these people out there that they would just say something totally stupid like, "Oh my God, the graphics on this Tekken
look like shit."
8 or 9 or whatever look like shit. I can't believe it.
Yeah, there's always those people. So I was actually talking about like this. Look, if this is the old profile from like Tekken 1.
Yeah, Tekken
It's
1.
the English one. Like you guys used to post that kind of information,
Yeah,
like
and he was,
their
like,
fighting style, their
collecting
likes, their hobbies.
sneakers was
Yeah,
his hobby, right?
and that's like my hobby now is like collecting sneakers. So I like really like that kind of information for the fans like back in the
そうい
day.
う情報とか好きだったの。なんか最近あんまりないよね。
ああ、じゃあ出すよ。
He said, okay, we can do that again.
It's fun stuff, and a lot of the people that haven't played the older games, they probably don't know that information.
You know, I actually had a hard time finding that. You know, when we're working on the series and someone asks a question or we're trying to like do something with the story,
Yeah.
we're like, you know, oh, holy shit, what was it back in that time? You know, what was the proper one? And I have to actually go back through these like old strat guides or whatever they have on my desk just for that purpose. So I mean, everyone forgets we're all old now. So
Well, not just that, like you mentioned, you guys had like up to more than 60 different characters at one point, and it's just hard to keep track of them all and all their different tendencies and likes and details, I guess, or story details.
development's always so crazy, you know. And a lot of it is like Karada comes up with on the spot, so it's like there's no record other than inside his head. その情報を探すのに苦労結構するよなっていうのと、まあ原田さんの頭の中にしか残ってないものが結構あるしね。
そうなんだよね。ストーリーとかってそうだよ。
Let's talk about back in the day when you guys used to play, because I know you started playing Tekken more competitively. You have your own name, like was it Mishi Maikeru?
Mishi Maikeru, yeah.
And then your Tekken name was like Shinjuku Heihachi, right?
Ah, very old one.
That's your original gaming name, right?
He actually had the wig and everything.
Oh yeah. So like when you used to play like in the arcades and the game centers and try to get the feedback from the fans, I mean, how was it back in the day in like the Tekken 2, Tekken 3 days?
Tekken 2とか3
Because
の頃はどうだった？
I've never seen that, and I don't think many people have.
遊んでるのゲーセンとかで。
まあもうなんだろうね。まあ俺は要は当時から1の頃からずっとナムコの社員でもう開発にもいたんだけど、バレないようにお客さんのふりをしてたんだよね。けどもう鉄拳2とか3の頃ってもう完全にバレてたから、むしろ対戦してて、なんだろうね、向こうの中学生とかてめえつまんねえんだよって台ボンって蹴ってくるやつとかいて、なんって睨んだらあ原田さんだみたいになって気まずい空気が流れるみたいなことが多かったよ。
So he said like the one was probably the only time when he was on it from the start. That was only still when he was relatively maybe unknown to the public eye. And then 2 and 3, everyone already knew. So he would go in arcades, you know, during location sets or whatever, and like just act as a normal customer.
Yeah.
And you'd have some, you know, shitty ass middle school kid like, your place sucks ass, and he, you know, like cheap or whatever. And he'd actually kick the machine, and then he would look over to try to say like something snarky, and he'd be, oh, it's Harada, hey.
That's funny. The good old days.
And then I didn't really play in the arcades much, except for just against certain friends or whatever. But I started playing with Mishi Master. He was kind of like, you know, my teacher for Tekken.
Your coach,
so
yeah.
That's why, you know, he's Mishi Star is Mishi Master.
Yeah.
So we came up with just a funny name, joking, Mishi Maikeru. And it kind of stuck when I started going to Master Cup. And then, you know, everyone plays in Sugamo, which is super far from where I live. So I usually play in Yokohama. There's this place called Pasofia. It's on the west exit. But there's a lot of foreigners there. So, you know, I'm just playing, and I'm not that well known in Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes people will notice. In Tokyo a lot more than Yokohama. But I'll be just walking down the street outside of the arcade, and they're like, oh, Michael. I'm like, do I know you? Oh, I'm a Tekken fan. I'm like, okay.
And they're like, oh, okay, cool.
But it's cool, you know. I mean, there's a huge percentage of fans who are, you know, non-Japanese living in Japan for work or whatever.
Yeah.
That are into Tekken, so it is pretty common in arcades. And even in Master Cup, we've seen a few teams that are from, you know, Europe. Or
the foreigner teams, yeah. And cool. Speaking of which, Master Cup this year should be Tekken 7. So I know a lot of people are excited. I know we're talking about getting an American team over there to participate and just be a part of it. Yeah,
and
hopefully we could do
so
another English team or something like that too. I think it'd be nice.
If you guys, you know, if you know ahead of time when you want to go. We can recommend
I know, like me,
hotels
myself, Rip, and Eris are going to go probably for sure. I'm not sure who else is going, but I'm sure we'll find people to go.
That'd be
It's still
cool.
early.
I'd love
I
to
think
do
it's in
something.
October this year.
I don't know if there's a
Massive
set date, but it's usually around early November, late
Yeah,
October.
October, November, yeah.
So yeah. Oh, and I was talking to the Venezuelan guys, and they wanted us to come to a tournament, and they were asking how can we get you guys to go, etc. And I just mentioned one good way. What?
That's from TGS.
Yeah.
Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, someone tweeted it.
But I just mentioned that try not to schedule your tournament at the same time as like a Master Cup or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Because that makes it a lot more difficult.
Yes.
Because we can't just not go to Master Cup,
Yeah, especially if it's in your backyard, right?
That's like the biggest tournament probably
It's
in the world.
insane, and it happens in one day. It was like, I think we did
Morning,
commentary for the stream like 16 hours straight. I was done after that.
I think you miss the train if you're not careful, right? I mean,
Yeah, and a lot of people just stay in the area, and even though they know they're going to miss the train, it's just like there's no way they'll get home in time. So they figure out things to do. But luckily that arcade is open 24 hours there.
Adventureland.
Yeah. Wow, so cool. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was the best. That was the best example of the slow motion I've seen.
That's it.
That was cool. I'm sure everyone saw that at home, but I bet you there'll be a GIF of it on the internet pretty soon. Someone make that and link it to us. That was really sick.
That's my idea.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah.
very cinematic, especially towards the end of the rounds. Oh, it's so cool.
I think that's something that's big that we've done for Tekken 7 is, you see a lot of 2D fighters, and obviously they're fun to play, but they're fun for people to watch, we know this, because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Someone will bust out a super at the last second and turn the match around. And Tekken is not really that type of game up until now, because, Tag 2, I mean, people are a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
But as far as spectating, we wanted to add some elements that would make it fun for people who necessarily maybe didn't play Tekken to watch it. And that's one thing. We have the moves, the rage art. So, and we've seen that happen so many times now that it looks like I'm gonna beat Harada, and then he whips out the rage art.
And then you're done.
My move isn't like powerful enough to power through and kill him, so he ends up destroying me or whatever.
Exactly. And the thing is, like, a lot of people probably were negative at first. They're like, oh, they're just adding in ultras, or they're just copying other games. But it's not really the same, because these things are.
Kazuya, like you have the option to transform into
Yeah,
devil.
and Paul has the option to combo and stuff like that. Oh my god, he got him. I think there's a famous wrestler that uses that same move. I forgot what it was. It's like something driver.
原さん、それなんか実際プロレスの人やってる技
Like Emerald driver or something like that.
聞いてなかったね。
実際のプロレスのなんか日本人なのかわかんないけど、プロレスの人が実際そのキングの技やってんじゃん。
やってる鈴木みのる。鈴木みのるっていう元。
モーションキャッチじゃなくて実際その技を試合中に使ってるやつとかいるんじゃないか。
なんかね、ちょっと前はいた。ただどっちかって俺らが逆にプロレスの人たちから技を教えてもらって入れてるからね。
Yeah, we kind of they showed us some of the moves that they use a lot, and we kind of put it into the game. So.
I see. I know you guys have done some promotions for Japanese pro wrestling in the past.
Yeah. So, and the motion capture is done by, I think Suzuki Minoru is the one that does the King stuff.
Oh, cool.
So, we have some big names doing the animations from karate, capoeira, taekwondo. So, and a lot of people tell me that's one of the things I like about Tekken is to see these actual martial arts and some of the.
Not just that, you guys really not just bring the martial arts to life, but also the culture and the language. Because a lot of characters speak their native languages, which is really cool.
Yeah, especially this time, we had the Arabic even for Shaheen, which is
oh yeah, for
cool.
Shaheen, yeah, new character.
Katrina speaks Portuguese, and I think it's cool. And people sometimes will say, "Oh, well, how do they understand each other?" I think it was the campaign mode where it was kind of like
it's just subtitles, and then you're like, they're speaking different languages, but they're interacting with each other.
But that's Tekken, and that's kind of what makes it fun,
Yeah. Or they could have you have to put yourself in the game as the translator.
I could. That'd be kind of fun. We could borrow David too, maybe. It'd be kinda cool.
There you go.
Yeah. You know, I mean, and that's kind of cool that Tekken became famous because of, you know, capoeira was probably the big milestone about real martial arts in the game.
Yeah.
And then that's one thing that a lot of people mention on Twitter or whatever to me and Harada is, oh, put in Krav Maga or Systema or whatever.
Yeah.
It's tough because it has to be like entertaining.
And
like, you know, I don't know how familiar you are with martial arts, but a lot of these, like the more recent ones, are mainly with little motion at all to try to defeat your opponent. So that
yeah, because
really
you want to be effective, right?
Right, to a video game. So it's kind of difficult. I don't know if there's some martial art out there we don't know about that would lend itself very well. I'd love to think about it.
Yeah, so if you have ideas, you guys know what to do. Message them on Twitter.
Another one also a lot of people say is Jiu-Jitsu Brazilian, you know?
Yeah.
And I told the team that as well that it would be cool, but they were like, well, okay, would it be fun to be fighting a dude who's laying on the ground the whole time?
Yeah, on the floor the whole time.
I was like, that's true. That's true.
And I don't think the game system really fits it. Like, fighting in the mount on the ground and stuff like that. And you guys have done stuff like that, like, you know, Marduk has his mount punches and stuff like that.
Some of that stuff that's cool as a game, but it's also...
Yeah.
I think Harada gets spammed about that kind of stuff a lot, though.
So when you guys are making new characters from different areas and have different martial arts, how much research goes into making sure it's accurate or making sure you guys are happy with the portrayal of the character? Because I know you guys reached out to the Arabian community for Shaheen to ask for their feedback and stuff like that. And obviously, they were from what I hear, a lot of people are very happy with Shaheen. So
yeah, it seemed like it.
The transition and actually creating that character, I mean, how much research does that really take out of you guys?
新規のキャラコンセプトはどれぐらいこう調査とかするかという、例えばシャヒーンはみんな結構結果満足したみたいだし、まあどういう工程でやるのか。
まあキャラによるよね。本当例えば日本人からすると極端な話は、まあアメリカの全てを知ってるわけじゃないけど、やっぱ例えばこうカリフォルニア、西海岸とか東海岸とかでどういう文化がちょっと違ってて、まあ、どんなファッションが違いがあるかとか、まあ、例えば人種だとかっていうのはなんか想像つくんだけど、例えば日本人からすると割と例えば昔だったらミゲルとかスペイン人とかどんなイベリア半島だよねの人たちってどんな人たちなのかってパッとデザイナーが想像つかなかったりとか、あと特に今回のミドルイーストのキャラクターなんかは意外とどういうファッションにしていいのかとかっていうの分からないから、分からないものはかなり調べる。で逆にまあ知ってるよねってものはそんなに調べない。特に意外と日本人って南米とかメキシコ、中米とか南米とか、意外と分かんないんだけど、まあ、でもまだ映画とかでよく見る機会が多いので、そういうのから参考にしたりはするけど、分かんないものほどよく調べるし、中東に関してはもう調べても分かんなかったから、去年の段階で Facebook に1回こんなデザインでどうってやったら案の定間違ってるところたくさんあって。
So it depends, you know, like Japanese, you know, it's an island, of course, so they don't really get the chance to see foreign cultures that much. As far as the U.S., you know, that's something that they see on TV and movies and stuff all the time.
Yeah.
But so for someone like Shaheen, where you don't really have much interaction with that culture, it's much more difficult. And as such, they do a lot more research on it. Especially, you know, Harada-san and I have been to the Middle East a few times, and so we were able to also, the designers research it by themselves at first, but then we also get feedback about, you know, when we were there, this was more this way or whatever. And then on Facebook, he actually put some designs up with Shaheen early on.
To get people's feedback, I remember that.
Some of it was off, so they corrected us. And there's just other stuff that's really hard to know, like, ね、あれ金の指輪とかも全然分かんなかったよね。
そう金はあんまりつけないって言われて、俺とマイケルなんかよく中東も実は何回も行ってて、意外といろんな話聞いてて、サウジアラビアまで行ったから結構知ってるつもりだったけど、そういう文化とか、あ、金は意外と身につけないんだみたいな、シルク してくれた。
So like one thing in particular, it's so difficult. Shaheen, we got all the feedback, and then the designers they do their best to try to make it look cool. And Murad and I, we've been to Dubai and Saudi Arabia, so we were familiar a little bit with it.
Yeah.
But one thing that we were surprised is he had a gold ring on, right? And apparently with Islam, that's something you don't do if you like strictly adhere to it. So some people were saying, hey, he's got a gold ring. That's not very awesome.
And was it multiple people or just one person?
It was one at first, and then people started
Oh,
to...
that's cool. So that people were actually giving good feedback.
Right, and then I didn't know, so I went online and I was researching all of it to make sure that... Because we don't know. People tell you conflicting things all the time.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, wow, okay, in the Quran it said something about not putting gold effects for men anyways, or something like that. So they changed the ring accordingly. So there's little details like that you could never know until you actually experience that. So yeah, we don't want to offend anyone.
Yeah. Not just that, you just want to make sure it's accurate and people are happy, right?
Yeah.
That's good. So I'm glad you guys do that kind of stuff, especially in the early stages in the development. And this is kind of unheard of because, oh wow, he hit him with a laser.
Nice.
And that's another thing that you guys really
Keep
change is like the effects while in devil mode. Like the laser looks so crazy now.
レベル化してる数やとかのレーザーも結構変わってるよね。
そうそこも変わってるし、あとデビル化するとなんと風神剣が懐かしの中段になるからね。
中段でね。
意外と知られてないけど。
You guys probably already know that, but in Kazuya, his what do you call it, Wind God Fist?
Yeah.
Is mid.
It's mid, but it's punishable. But it's like pure mid, and I think it even hits them while they're rolling on the floor too. But that's super
Only
cool.
when he's in the devil
mode, yeah.
だからカズヤはレイジしたらレイジアーツで逆転狙うよりかひょっとしたらデビル化しちゃってレイジを立って、デビル化しちゃった方が強いかもね。
So rather than the rage arts, it might be more effective to transform into devil. It depends on the play style.
I see.
So I mean, there's that kind of option there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the cool thing though is like certain characters have different options for their rage arts. Kazuya being one of those where he has the option. Paul, he could change his and stop and do a combo and stuff like that. Are there any thoughts to give people more distinct features or changes for their rage arts?
ああいう風にもうちょっと選択肢与える
ポールみたいなのとかね。
あるのかっていう。
今後できれば、これまだ決まってないけど何もレイジアーツって多分2種類とかあっていいんじゃないかなと思ってて、でそれによってはポールみたいに自分で違う技にキャンセルして変更できるとか、クロエみたいに追加入力でちょっとタイミングよく押せばダメージ上がるとか、そういうちょっと遊びの要素とか戦略の幅は用意したいなっていうふうに思ってる。最初からいっぱい用意しちゃうとちょっと攻略上よく分かんなくなるので今シンプルにしてるけど、今後少しずつ増やせたらなというのは個人的には思ってるからね。
It's not decided yet, but he was just saying that it makes it more difficult to learn the strategies of the characters and stuff because it's too complex at first, but that is something that personally he would like to add to the game later, is to have maybe 2 different types of rage arts, or to add some kind of mechanics like Chloe, the timing damage, or Paul or Kazuya. So add that to more characters is something that we would like to do.
Cool. Well, there you go, people. You guys have something to look forward to as the game develops, because it is still a work in progress.
Definitely. I mean, that's stuff we can try out in the arcade, so you guys will have a better Tekken on console. Eventually. I don't know what platforms, but it's funny, so, I always used iPhone, but I switched over to Google recently.
Yeah.
And so it's got that thing on the top of the screen that has like their recommended news articles.
Yeah.
And for me, I guess because I searched Tekken so much.
It's based on what you view.
It always has like Tekken 7 announced for Steam and PS4 and all this other stuff, right?
Yeah.
And every day I have this kind of shit. So the first time I saw it, I was freaking out. I was like, oh my god, I don't know what's going on here. What is this? And then you go to the site and it's some bullshit like K-drama, pop stars, or I forgot the name of it, but some site I'd never heard of. But every time on the Google, it's always popping up this stuff. It's not, not true at all.
That's funny.
So filter info, because that kind of stuff is not true at all. And some people actually pick up on it and think, oh my god, it's coming out like, what was the latest rumors? That it was coming out after EVO or something like that?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Like someone mentioned, and then someone said like, oh, it's been announced for these consoles and this and that. It's like, I mean, unless it comes from you guys, they should just, you know, calm down with that.
I was like, oh cool, well I don't have to do anything and someone's going to port it for me.
Nice. You guys probably got the best development team to port it in the business if it's that quick.
Right? So yeah, calm down. We'll let you know when stuff is decided. Relax. What did he say? Relax.
Yeah.
Relax. But yeah, man, you should come on to Japan for Master Cup when that happens.
Oh, I'll be there for sure. I'm sure I'll figure out the timing properly. I mean, I'll be there in September for Tokyo Game Show anyways, and then I'll just figure out when I go back there, either in November or December, whenever it is.
And I'd like to see more people from the States and Europe come out if possible.
Yeah.
And I could recommend hotels or, you know, take you guys to Sugamo and all that. Play some matches against Nobi. Good stuff.
なんかね、今ちゃんと見てたら、このドラゴンズネストのステージで雨降ってくる。雨のエフェクトはキャラクターとかにこう影響できるようにできないのって言ってる人いるんだけど、実はこれストリーミングだとグラフィックのシェーダーが全然見えないから、ちょっと多分みんなに見えてないと思うんだけど、実はちゃんと雨キャラクターに当たってて、なんていうの、水で濡れていくんだよね。でそれだけじゃなくて、もちろんそのたくさん動くとだんだん汗がかいてきて、汗で顔とか体とか結構こう濡れた感じのグラフィックがちゃんと出てんだけど、ストリーミングだとね、シェーダーとかが全然伝わらないので、グラフィックの綺麗さとか良さが全然ちょっと伝わらないので、これは
なんかつけたりとかしない
まあちょっとそれはアーケードでやっちゃうとレーティングの問題があるからまあだからちょっとね、実物見てもらった方がいいだよね。多分だから実物アーケードでさっきも言ったけど見てる日本のプレイヤーとアメリカの今ストリーム見てるプレイヤーでだいぶやっぱり評価に差があるから、実物見てもらって相当綺麗だと。多分マークマンもさっき言ったように。
So you just picked up on a question someone sent in on Twitter or something, but they asked if the rain effects on the Dragon's Nest stage in the last round, if it affects the character at all, and why not? And actually it does affect, you know, I don't even know if you've seen this, but the clothing gets wet as it rains.
Yeah.
But also as they like perspire, so, you know, just sweating as they move a lot.
Yeah.
Their clothes get wet, and that's just another example of something that's really hard to tell on the stream. You probably can't.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can't tell. Even like the new snow stage, you notice a lot more things going on. It's crazy.
It's just something you have to see, you know, in person.
Yeah, and you can't really notice the details from watching it on a stream, especially not at full resolution. So there's a lot of little things like that that goes unappreciated. Oh man, this intro thing is so cool. From the opening movie.
Yeah.
It looks like they're getting the next few people in.
Yeah, it's been just constant stream of people. There's a whiteboard, right? Oh, we have like it's full all the time.
Yeah, everyone's sitting down because they're tired of standing up and waiting.
多分また午後人増えるんじゃない今。
The pools. Yeah, and so Prada was saying, you know, probably get even more people later on because they got their own pools and whatever for respective
Yeah,
games,
the afternoon pool people will be coming in around before 2 o'clock, so there's going to be a lot more people as soon as they're done with their morning pools.
Anyone you want to personally play against?
Me? No, I don't want to play against. I just want to play the game. Really, just play the game and like learn the cool stuff. Like when we were trying to figure out how to do the devil mode hell sweep punch to the Thunder God Fist to the Heaven's Gate. That was fun. Just like trying to figure out that kind of stuff. I landed it. Did I tell you?
No, I didn't see it.
I was able to pull off the whole thing. It's like you do the motion during
It's like after the kick hits, right?
After
you gotta input it.
Well, yeah, you do the full. You have to commit to the move, but then you do it afterwards, and then just hold up. It was pretty cool. I was able to land it.
You know, I hadn't even noticed that until you said something. You know?
What?
That move itself, you know. I've just been using Katrina so much because my character isn't in it. So.
Well, you're primarily you never use Kazuya, so.
Yeah, I usually double Gene.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. I had to pick someone else. Unfortunately.
Go back to Lars. Lars has a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah. I mean, he's cool and all. I mean, I haven't really played around with this new move yet. You know, it's called a kink. I'm trying to think what it is in English. Down forward right punch. You know. It's totally changed. It doesn't do the
it doesn't do the gut punch anymore.
No. Oh, you haven't seen it?
No.
It's like a 2-hit combo now, and it launches opponent like up in the air instead.
No, I gotta look at it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, so it's totally changed now. So I haven't, you know, really picked up that much yet. I just was using Katrina. I did Claudio for a bit because he's pretty strong. He's a cool character and all, but I just like Katrina's animation better.
I see. And you mentioned many times you like her because she's sexy.
She's hot, man.
Yep.
You're gonna be staring. That's one thing that's funny, you know. I had this conversation with Mishi Master because whenever we're playing Monster Hunter or some other game, everyone has female characters that you're using, but in the West, everyone uses male characters for themselves, their avatar, or whatever, right? And I was like, "What are you guys like? You know, gay or something? What is that?" And he said something very interesting. He was like, "Michael, do you really want to stare at a dude's ass for like 300 hours or whatever you're playing Monster Hunter for?" And it just made so much sense. I was like, "Yeah, I guess now that you think about it, maybe not."
That's funny.
So that solved the mystery for me about why Japanese all use such female characters. Katrina, man, I mean, what's there not to like about Latina?
I don't know. Just people have different preferences. Sometimes, like you said, some guys like big, muscular, bald men. So
right?
we can't hate on what people like.
Devil Gene, I mean, he's always my favorite just because you know he has lasers and he's a freaking devil, man. It's cool.
I see.
But he's not like so, you know, hairy-chested, you know, Marduk looking. He's more the Japanese anime style kind of.
Yeah. Actually, there's someone asked earlier because you know there's a lot of different characters right now. Obviously, not all the characters are included yet, but someone asked, "Where are the brothers? Where are the dark-skinned males?" That's what they wanted to know.
Someone's mentioned Bruce, for example, right?
Yeah, like Pokechop keeps asking you guys like every few minutes, like, "Where's Bruce?"
Maybe we can customize Lars and he can black.
Yeah, give him the what do you call it in Japan? Like where girls like get really tan and really have dark skin.
Oh, ganguro.
Ganguro, yeah.
Yeah.
Give him the skin customization.
そのスキンカスタマイゼーションとかはっきり言ってどこまでやっていいか俺ら日本人がちょっと価値観的に判断つかないんだよね。なんかやったらやったでさ、そういうのはなんか差別につながるとか言う人もいる。
やばい場合がある。
でしょ？だからなんかみんなが言ってる範囲っていうのはさ、国によって正直言ってそこら辺って温度差相当あるから、それはやっぱりワールドワイド均一でいろいろやってくれってのはちょっと難しいよね、はっきり言って。
You know, I was just joking about the Lars thing, but it brought up an interesting topic that, you know, you could technically have that kind of customization, but Japanese are kind of afraid to touch that because you don't know the cultural ramifications. Because like I'll bring this example in Japan. You know, there's only Japanese people mostly.
Yes.
So there isn't really a different culture. So a lot of times people think that they're being racist from outside of Japan, but they just don't know. So like, you know, on TV, I think once they had some dude portraying a black guy and he painted himself, which in the States is like a huge, you know, taboo. They just don't have that interaction, so they don't know anything.
Well, yeah, that's just how culture and society is. It's just different. They don't have, they're not there, so they don't understand it, right?
Especially now, it is such a hot topic in the U.S. You know, race relations and all that.
Gotcha.
And I lived in Japan for 16 years now, so I kind of...
It's been that long?
Yeah.
Dang.
Maybe more, maybe 18, I think.
Okay.
So,
maybe 18.
Yeah, maybe 18. So I'm hardly American anymore in that regard. And so things have changed so much. I never really thought about it too much. And it's a big deal now, and I see Twitter and the news, and people are telling stories about, you know, they have different experiences than me. And I can relate. You know, people might think, oh, you're white, but, you know, I live in Japan where, you know, I have little kids like stare at me or point and all that, but I never really felt it was like discrimination or anything. It's just, you know, they'd never seen me before.
Yeah, and like you said, like I noticed it too when I go to Japan. Is like if I see a black person, if I see a white person, I'll be like, oh, they stand out. I'll like point them out. I'll be like, hey.
But it's refreshing, you know. So I mean, I don't have that interaction. You know, honestly, in Japan, I don't hang out with non-Japanese that much, but the ones I do are, you know, white just because they're the people who are at work.
Yeah, yeah.
So when I come back to the States, it is cool to kind of see that variation, and it's cool. I love how our country is so varied like that. It's something you don't see in Japan. And I think it makes it strong. So, I mean, it's not done intentionally about not having black people in the game as much. Maybe that's something we could do better. I don't know. Maybe there is one and you just haven't seen him yet. Who knows?
Yeah, there's still some time.
ね、いるかもしれないよね。そういう黒人キャラとかわかんないよね。
だから結構難しいのはさっきも言ったけど、例えばよく俺のツイッターにもなんかブラックを入れろ、ブラック入れろって言って、ね、例えばじゃあどこまでがブラックの定義がさ分かんないじゃん、はっきり言って。それアメリカ人の中でのブラックっていうのはなんか定義あるのかもしれないけど、それさえも日本人からすると分かんないから、結構
それ何アメリカブラックなのかアフリカからとかそういう
だから、なんか何をもってブラックと言ってるのかっていうのが俺らからすると分かんないよね。結構だって逆に言うとアメリカの人ってさ、じゃあ中国と日本とか韓国とかのアジアの人種ってじゃあ見極めれてるのかっていうのは多分見分けつかないし、だけど今や血なんてみんな混じっちゃってるからさ、もう分かんないじゃん、ナショナリティとかって人種とかって何で区別してるのかって。だから結構レイシズムみたいなものはやっぱダメだっていうのは当たり前だけど、だけど人種を出せって言ってくるのは俺矛盾してるように聞こえるんだよね。だからナショナリティとその国とさ人種ってさあるじゃん。で人種で話をするとよく人種差別だって言われるわけよ、ゲーム開発者って。で今度ナショナリティに持ち込むとそこにまあイデオロギーとかなんだろう、そのいわゆる国の考え方みたいな価値観が入ってきたから、それはそれで揉めるじゃん。だけどリクエストはさ人種できたりするわけよ。だから俺は非常に困るよね、どういう答えていいのか分かんないから。だからすごくやりにくい世界になったけどね。
Well, he just mentioned that that is a request he receives a lot on Twitter, is like to have a black character, but he doesn't live here, so he doesn't know what. Okay, so what is a black character supposed to be like?
Yeah, it's tough because you can't generalize it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And that and there's requests for certain nationalities.
And you don't want to do a stereotype because there's some games that have a stereotype character,
right.
So you don't want to do that either.
It's hard, you know. It's like what is black? Because I mean there's all kinds of different types from what I've seen in the States. Because the States is such a mixed country, you know. Maybe someday we'll stop having race per se because people be so mixed, you know.
Yeah.
But it's hard for us to do right that would please everyone, I think. But that's. You know, I think it makes sense though. So if there's some way that we could come up with a cool character, I'd definitely have to do that. It's just like, you know, people say that, but you know, what's Asian? Because you know, does an American, are they able to tell the difference between Korean or Chinese or Japanese?
I would say most people can.
I can for the most part, actually.
Yeah. I mean, if you're accustomed to it, yeah. But I would say the general person can.
Right.
As far as I know, like some people think like, oh yeah, you Chinese people or something like that. I'm like, I'm not Chinese. Well, I'm part Chinese, but.
Right.
だからもう正直今国とか人種とかでリクエストバンバン来るし、俺らもできるだけいろんな国のキャラクター出してあげたいから頑張ってるけど、もうあんまり国とか人種でなんかすぐに差別的だとかステレオタイプだとかそういうことがギャーギャー言われるぐらいだったら、はっきり言ってもう全部国とかもう関係なく、もう全部宇宙人みたいな設定でやった方がはっきり言って作る側としては楽なんだよね。だから俺らとしてはさ、一生懸命みんなのリクエストに応えようと思ってやってんのに、一部の人がなんかこれは典型的なステレオタイプだとかって言ってくる。じゃあどうすりゃいいんだよって話じゃない、はっきり言って。すごい大変だよね。
So obviously he feels really strongly about the topic because he receives so many requests, right?
Yeah.
And they try their best to try to make a character that that particular country or race asks for, but then you have certain groups that say, oh, that's the stereotype of blah blah blah, and then you know they're trying to please the people, but then when they get that said to them, it's kind of very hard to do. So he said, you know, we could just avoid that by having everyone be aliens or something like that. So,
yeah.
I mean, they're trying to please everyone, so it's not from lack of trying. You know?
Understood. I think you guys are doing a great job of trying to include more cultures and diversity in the game, and I'm sure once the finished product is out, people will be happy.
Yeah, I mean, Shaheen is especially a cool addition, I think.
Yeah.
And it was just really nice to see everyone happy. I hardly saw any kind of negative comments. And I was personally kind of curious because of the timing in the US and everything about how they would receive it. But everyone says he's one of the coolest out of the new characters, so I'm really glad.
I think moveless-wise especially, he's really cool. He has a certain kind of like cool guy thing when he's like doing all the moves.
Yeah. Have you seen this cool? He's got like this attack that when it lands, he goes and shifts into a throw, and he goes behind him. And
yeah, it's so sick. And then after you have him in that like certain state, and you can just like jump on them and slide on their body. It's so cool.
But yeah, I mean, he's a really cool character, and I hope everyone enjoys him. And you know, Katrina is pretty cool. And then Claudio, you know, I don't know what people are saying about him, but in Japan he's pretty popular.
Oh yeah?
He appeals to a certain group. I think, I don't know what you say in English, but do you know Fujoshi? It's like the girls.
Yes.
They seem to love him, so.
Yeah, they like pretty boys.
And his arrow attack is pretty cool too.
That his Rage Art, right?
Yeah.
And I think he has a very unique playstyle, like the fact that he has to do a certain motion or to build up like a charge,
Yeah.
and then it gives him access to more moves, right? Yeah, it gives him access to more moves. And that's something that Tekken hasn't really had in the past, other than like sometimes you have to do like the key charge and then you'll have access to certain moves.
Yeah, like Leo's one, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I love this type of moves. And I like the just frames too, personally. But the team tried to get away from them at one point just because they didn't want the game to be so complex.
Uh-huh.
I used to love the just frames though.
People like sparkles, they like glittery stuff.
Yeah, that's one thing I was told a lot is, you know, when we first showed the game off, 7 that is, the effects were really crazy. You know, the hit effects, they were just like off the screen.
All over the place.
They've been toned down a bit, but some people actually said, hey, what happened to the effects? I actually like that. ね、ヒットエフェクトがすごい派手だったのを最近減ってるから逆になんかもっと派手にできないのって言ってきたりしてるよ。
そうそう、だいぶロケテストの時マックスでやってて、でみんなが眩しい眩しいって言うから少し落としたらもっと派手にしろよって言われて、どっちやねんみたいな。
It was actually toned down a bit. The location test was. So we have one of our friends from Venezuela.
Yeah, one of our friends from Venezuela dropping off a gift for Harada-san.
Thank you so much. It's chocolate and not tequila.
What is it, rum?
Like
rum?
Whiskey something.
Rum.
Rum. No, I like rum too.
I love rum, man.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Venezuela.
I'll open it.
Dre, can you switch to the camera view?
Okay.
Dre.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, it looks
It's
good.
like a dark rum.
It's good.
And chocolates.
Yeah.
He's gonna be drunk all the time now.
It's okay. It's still Saturday.
Were you there? It was like a Global Gamers Day or something. And,
I was there Global Gamers Day, the one where you guys had tag 2 in the cars.
Yeah, Murata and I, we had to go on stage.
Yeah.
But we opened a whole bottle of Patron between the two of us.
Oh, so he was lit up when he was on stage?
We both were. No one noticed, right? It went off perfect. Like everyone was
I didn't notice.
They're like, oh my God, your presentation was so much better than everyone else's, you know, in the company. I was like, well, the whole bottle of Patron probably helped that.
Yeah. I got it.
I don't get nervous when we drink a whole lot, so.
And chocolate.
Oh, he's going to do a selfie. Everyone's in it. There you go.
Yeah, man, I mean,
Thank you so much.
they're so, those are the guys I were talking to earlier about Tekken, and they're so hyped for the game.
Yeah.
I wish we could go down, you know,
it's hard, I mean, because
cool
you guys have to focus on work, and then, like, you know, if you spend time away from the office, it's hard to be as effective, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, I just got married last year, so.
Oh, you guys are screwed.
Well, married again, but My wife isn't too happy about all the traveling, so trying to balance both.
Uh-oh, we got to. Looks like we have some. No, we're good.
Slow down, or is it just a stream?
No, it's the capture card that we're using. I think we're good.
Yeah, but you're busy, man. You're like, I see your Twitter, and you're always in a different country.
I'm going to Europe again on Tuesday, man. I'm not ready for it. I want to stay home for a little
Where are you
bit.
going to, London?
I'm going to Wales first.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm going to France, and then I'm going to the UK.
How many flyer miles you got? Like several hundred thousand?
I've used several 100,000 right now. I used to have a lot more. I used a bunch to go on a trip with a bunch of my friends, but
that's good.
Yeah, I always have enough to bring people along. So if anyone wants to go to Japan with me to play Tekken,
they
let
let
me
you do
know.
that. Like the Japanese airlines, you can only do family. They don't let
Oh
you.
no, yeah, the American ones you could do anyone. You could gift it to
ス
people.
トリーミングすごいラグってる。みんなラグってる。
キャッチャーカードで今多分治ってる。
なんかね、また悪くなったんだよ。
Is it
さっき良
settled?
かったんだけど、一瞬。
I don't know. Let's see.
It's laggy.
I think Dre's working on it.
Yeah, I had like 400,000 miles between my two different accounts
Wow.
for ANA and Zhao. But it's good.
I mainly use JAL when I travel, like use Japanese Airlines.
Do you like them?
I've tried both, and the ANA one is better.
Yeah.
But to me, it doesn't matter. I sleep on the plane anyways.
You can do that.
It's my special skill is to sleep on any airplane right away.
I can, man, unless you're on business, which, you know, I don't, our company doesn't pay for that much. Do you get business?
No. Oh, well, I fly so much I get upgraded to business most of the time.
It's just so much different. It's like you're in the ghetto or in like the high rise. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, you know, really crappy airline food or like a steak, filet mignon, and wine and everything else.
It doesn't matter to me. Like I said, I'll just go to sleep. They can put me in the corner of the plane. All right, looks like we have the stream
Looks back.
again. Sorry about the issues, guys. We have to rely on the venue internet, and also the capture device we're using isn't optimal, so we apologize.
We should get Eris on the stream later, huh?
We should. I haven't seen him yet today. I wanted to get some of the guys out here.
I was with him yesterday talking, and some dude walked up and he's like, "You guys look just alike," and I'm like, "Okay." Like
You
my
and Eris?
massive beard or something. Must have been too drunk or something. I don't know.
He must have been. So I've never heard of anyone say Eris looks like anyone else, other than the guy from Harry Potter.
What was it called?
Hagrid? Yeah.
Not so much anymore. He's slimmed down quite a bit. Yeah.
He has. He still walks around like Hagrid does, though.
A lot of interesting characters in the Tekken community.
Yep.
JDCR, we should get him on. His English is so good now. I
Yeah,
don't know what happened.
it's improved a lot, especially since he started streaming.
Oh, he does?
He streams now, yeah. He streams Tekken a lot.
I'm trying to get the Mishi Master to pick up English so we could do his streaming.
Ah.
And he plays against people online a lot. They probably just never know they're playing against Mishi Master. So who are you going to use this time, man? King?
Us. I mean, King, I like using King, but I don't know who I'm going to use. Usually when a game comes out, I like to use like as many characters as I can just to try to get to learn them.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I want to learn Shaheen. I'll probably try him later on today.
Yeah, he's pretty strong. So
That's why from what I've seen in videos, he looks really, really strong.
We have some others we still haven't revealed, so you might see something like.
What was that?
We still have some other characters we haven't revealed yet.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to them. I've heard about them, but I don't know what we can say, what we can't say. So I'll just say I'm looking forward to the new characters.
We need a Markman in the game, huh?
No, let's not do that.
That electric kick. This is a cool stage. This is the snow one you were talking about,
yes.
right? And so the centerpiece here is like the rocket, you know.
Cough drop?
Thanks. But they've got you know, train station. They got all kinds of crap. It's kind of cool. Back in the office, you know, we can look throughout the environment and you know, see what's going on. And there's a lot you can't really see right away. but there's so much detail to the stages this time.
Gotcha.
I mean, I looked thoroughly through them. I had to put the names on them. They don't even have Japanese names. But it's like, hey, Michael, what do you want to call this stage? And so I always have to like.
So they probably rely on you a lot for like, hey, we have to put something in English. Let's ask Michael.
Well, I mean, normally you would put it in Japanese first, and but they don't even do that. They're just like, hey, what do you want to call it?
I noticed there's a lot of stuff that gets messed up in translation between Japan and Korea.
Is there someone they were bringing up on Twitter that like Power Crush was like
Power Crash
or something?
Yeah, and on the official website they spelled Hwarang's name wrong. It was funny.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get an answer from Colorado shortly. So
work on that localization a little bit.
But yeah, the stage detail is so cool. And then like I'm always really busy when this stuff comes up. It always last second, and I'm trying to come up with these cool names. And I notice sometimes I put the name down and then I do a search to see if it exists in some other game or whatever. And sometimes I'll name the stage something that I named it way back when, like in Tekken 4 or something. Must be getting old,
Tekken 4, the good old days.
That was my first Tekken.
That was the first one that I took really, really seriously competitively.
Did you like it?
I did like it a lot. A lot of people don't like Tekken 4. But I thought it was very unique. It had a lot of cool ideas, like the wall push, or the position change system, and also moving at the start of the rounds. I was really a big fan of that.
Well, the graphics were really good, and I liked how the character models were kind of zoomed up more than the past series.
Yeah, they look huge.
The stages, I love
Not
the
just
beach.
that, the undulation of the everything, the walls, all that stuff was just really unique. But then you take it to the competitive level, there was a lot of broken stuff in the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the time when just first experiencing it, I thought it was just really cool. And I think that was the last time that we saw the old traditional style time release, where it would be like one character a week, and then you could access them in random select too.
Right.
That kind of style. That I really like that. And then I think in Tekken 5 you guys started doing like batches of characters.
Remember, people were trying to pick it by
random.
I don't know what you call it in English, where you try to actually see the frame and pick it in random.
Yeah, well, we do that too, and we had some success. It'd be like, oh, as soon as you see like Lei's head, or as soon as you see someone's head, press the button.
4の話で、
あ、知ってるね。よく知ってる。
昔みんなそれ目押しでやろうとしてて。
Yeah, because when we first, I think it was after Jin in T4 was the first one, and then everyone saw like Violet, so we kept trying to pick Violet over and over.
So Jin, he's really popular in the States. I mean, everyone's been, oh, where's Jin? Put him in the game.
I think he's popular just because he's such a mainstay.
Like the main character kind of.
Yeah, definitely.
I think streaming is better now.
Yeah, it looks fixed.
Yeah. Sorry about the issues with the stream, guys. It's a capture card, really. The capture card that we were planning to use wasn't compatible, so we had to use the LGP, and it's limited by the USB bandwidth.
Yeah, I was streaming on my PS4 because it's so easy, but I was actually thinking about getting a capture card and try to do some, maybe Tekken from the office with people.
Oh yeah, you could be way more creative with the production. Especially if you're doing it from the office environment and you want to show off more than just like what's on the screen or whatever.
Yeah, like with the ROI, Rise of Incarnates, I've been working on that as well, and we were showing some stuff off before it actually hits the game.
I see. You should actually talk to the guys at XSplit, because a lot of people use XSplit.
Yeah.
They have a built-in like in-game broadcaster thing.
Yeah.
So you might want to talk to those guys. Those guys are awesome at making things work for a lot of cool games.
Okay. Because, I noticed the fans really love that, so if we could do something like that for Tekken, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
I'd be all over it.
It's a smaller game that I'm doing now, so it allows me to kind of test stuff like that. And if it works, then bring it to Tekken as well. I should give you a code that we can play online for that game.
Yeah, let me know. The US side was supposed to give me a code, but they forgot.
I'm sorry.
Shout outs to the US Bandai Namco team. It's okay, they're busy.
Good job. Yeah, man, I miss our team that we had for Tag 2. They were awesome.
So this is, I guess, the first time we've been seeing a lot of Claudio today. And you guys can see a lot of his animation, very unique stuff.
I haven't seen many new characters in general. I guess people are kind of very anxious to find out what their particular favorite is.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. Like, people have been trying to use their characters, but if the characters aren't available, those are the people I see using the new characters.
That's cool. Someone brought up that topic yesterday. We were talking to someone, and they're like, "Oh my God, it doesn't have Beck, so I'm not gonna play it or whatever."
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, there was a dude who was like, I don't care. Oh, it was Eris actually.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care if the character's not in.
Yeah, he's like, I'll just play someone else. And
Yep.
I think that's important. I mean, I feel the same way. If my character, like Devil Genie, is not in here, so
Well, see, that's
pick
the
up
thing.
someone else.
We're transitioning from Tekken Tag 2, which had everyone. It had every single character, so that kind of spoiled everybody,
Yeah.
So we have to think about it in that regard. Like, how do you think Kazuya players felt when they went from Tekken 2 to Tekken 3? No! He's gone.
Yeah. Well, we didn't have Twitter then, so Harada didn't get all the spam.
Yeah, you guys didn't get hate. You guys didn't get actual like physical mail, like hate mail.
どう原田さん、鉄拳3の時にほら和也いないから、今これのキャラいないから、やんないとかそういうの言ってるじゃん。昔ツイッターとかないからあんまりわかんないけど、やっぱ和也使えなくなった時みんな普通のメールかなんかで文句言ってくるの。
いやー、当時はね、鉄拳1とか2ってね、格闘ゲームとしてあんまり人気なかったんだよね、格闘ゲームとしてはね。アーケードでもやっぱり東京の一部でしか流行らなかったし、実はね、鉄拳3の時にキャラクターを大きく変えたことに関してはあんまりネガティブはなくて、むしろ鉄拳3から始めたって人が多いから、あれで一気にメジャーになったんですけど、正直言うと鉄拳3がみんなの中の今やってる人の中ではベースになってるとか大きいので、当時は言うほどむしろ今から遊べるんだって感じでポジティブだったよね。やっぱジンが圧倒的に人気だったりね。
そうだね、ジンとかもいなかった。
そうだね、あの頃はだからもう新しい世代の人がもう喜んでやってたから、ちょっと今と時代は違うよね。
It's kind of interesting topic because we didn't have Twitter and that kind of stuff back then, so
Yeah.
I was kind of curious too. He was saying that he didn't really get much feedback like that because honestly, Tekken 1 and 2 wasn't seen as a major fighting game at that period yet. It was more, kind of an action game that was fun to control the characters, but not necessarily so balanced or whatnot.
Yeah.
So, when 3 came out, that's when they revamped the lineup. But most people started from 3. So
Yeah.
they didn't
Well,
really
3 was the one that really blew up, especially sales-wise, on the console version.
Yeah.
And that was probably the best-selling like fighting game of all time, if I
Yeah.
remember right, right?
だってあれ家庭を840万本ぐらい売れてる。
8.4
ワールドワイド。
million worldwide.
Wow.
For 3.
Like, you barely like hear about fighting games selling 1 million nowadays, so
Right.
it's a big deal. That was in the heyday of the PS1 too.
And we didn't see the numbers we see now. It's like a Grand Theft Auto or something like that.
Yeah.
The numbers now are crazy. So 8 million back then is even bigger
Yeah.
than it is today.
だってソウルキャリバーだって今までの全部足してもソウルキャリバーで今どれぐらいかな、1100万本とか1200万本いったかどうかだな。鉄拳が今4400万本でしょ。鉄拳は3だけでもね、830万から40万本ぐらい。
So I mean, even the Caliber series, all of it together is maybe 10 million, 12 million, something like that. So 8 million just for one installment is huge.
Yeah, from one installment, and then that's just not counting all the other games, because I think in total it's like over 35 million now for Tekken, or 34?
44.
44, okay, I'm sorry.
44
As a whole, and then 8 million of that alone is for 3.
Wow.
でアーケードはもう実は2000年代入ってからずっとファイティングゲームではもう設置してある数とあとインカムがずっとトップだから、実はアーケードでかなりちゃんと利益が出て家庭を出してっていうサイクルがうまくできてるから、鉄拳の場合は20年間1回も途切れずアーケードも家庭もコンスタントに出してる。
And because Tekken is so strong in arcade, it's continually top in the sales figures as far as built income and the number of machines running. And that's why it's been so strong and because you have that cycle from the arcade to the console, that we were able to keep updating the game.
Keep the momentum going,
taking
right?
A break, like other fighting game franchises. So it was really important, more so than a lot of people realize.
Yeah, you guys have been pretty consistent about every few years to have an update or have something going on for Tekken. Well, a lot of games would just disappear off the face of the earth and then come back.
Yeah.
But I think that also has an impact, like when games disappear and they come back, because it's a big deal. It's a bigger deal when they come back.
Right. I think it's a lot easier to get attention, and even though you don't change the game mechanics that much, people say it's been like what do you call it, innovated or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, really, you know, we should take a break or something. But
yeah, they're not letting you guys take a break. No, I would have to say, without being a fanboy or all bias aside, you guys have been the most consistent as far as producing a quality title.
Well, we're lucky to have you in our corner.
I'll be there. I'm actually in the corner for a lot of games. I got to support just fighting games as a whole. I mean, it's a big part of the industry that I'm in.
We know where your heart is, though, man.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's funny. I'm at meetings with Ono-san, like where we were in Singapore, and he's like, I know you like Tekken better. And I'm like, damn it, yes, I do. Sorry. Yeah, him and Ayano-san, they always call me out on being a Tekken fanboy. I think they're just doing it to tease me. But
maybe next time you meet them, you should ask why they always dress up as girl characters. Like I hardly ever see Ayano.
Chun-Li and Juri and stuff like that. Yeah, Ayano always wears a girl outfit.
Right? Is that by choice? Or?
It's like what you were saying, like why they always make girl characters in Monster Hunter and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, it's different from looking one and then like.
They're fulfilling some hidden desire that they have, I guess. Let's just leave it at that. I don't want to offend the Capcom guys.
Oh, that brings up. So Lucky Chloe is not a god. I just wanted to say that.
I don't know why someone brought that up, and that was, I think, just some crazy rumor about Lucky Chloe's hidden secret. They thought that.
Well, I don't know if it was you, but someone was saying that this is something that's been around in Japan a long time, but Westerners are starting to catch on. Is there's this thing called otokonoko. It's like
otokonoko?
Yeah. It's, what it means is it's usually say ononoko or otokonoko for a boy or girl, like a young one, right?
Yeah.
And it's written differently. The characters for Ko is child, right? But for women, there's a different variation. And so the otoko no ko, and that ko is written as the girl version of it. And what it means is like in popular animation, or well, not necessarily so popular, but niche animation and manga, they have guys who are dressed up as a female character, and sometimes no one notices it. Like I think there's a Guilty Gear character or something like that.
Yes,
right?
there is one.
So
Bridget. Yeah.
And I don't know why, but like the mainstream media in Japan kind of caught on to that. And so it's not
a thing,
but it's known to your average person now. So someone speculated that why they might have thought Chloe was because of that kind of culture.
I got you.
But that's not the case. Well, and only in Japan can you have like some dude do that and you wouldn't notice, because, you know, an American guy is going to be buff or have a big nose or whatever. But in Japan, sometimes you don't know. I mean, it's not like Thailand, but sometimes I can't even tell.
That's funny. Yeah, it's scary over there. They're professionals.
Yeah. Lucky Chloe is not that. Not that, okay?
Yeah, Lucky Chloe is a happy young girl.
Right. Luckily, I'm not in the same position as Ayano. I don't have to do any kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, if you were to dress up as a Tekken female character, who would you dress up as? This is a serious question now, because I mean, obviously it works for other fighting game series. They have to dress up as Chun-Li and who's other? Juri.
It'd be difficult, you know, like Lily maybe because she has a lot of clothing.
Because she has a lot of clothing.
Christy or like
I think you would
Katrina
look good in a.
Hard,
you'd probably look good in a Nina bodysuit.
Nina, and I used to use Nina, so I guess if I had to choose, maybe Nina. Oh, in our Comic-Con panel, you know, when Ono dressed up as
Chun-Li.
No,
right?
he did Poison, right?
Oh yeah, okay, I remember now. Yeah, he did Poison.
And they had the guys in the crowd dress up, right? And they had 2 extra outfits, and they started looking at me and David. David is the translator for Ono, and they're like looking at us, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. And I just like, ran away.
I'm glad you escaped that. That would have been bad.
It was
I heard David moved on to Sony now. He's no longer at Capcom.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss working with him. It was pretty cool. Maybe on a different, some kind of other capacity. That'd be cool. He was really good at what he did,
Yeah, we worked with him a lot through the Mad Cat side.
I missed the whole Street Fighter cross Tekken thing with Ono-san and these guys. It was fun.
Yeah, those videos that Harada and Ono did where they would compete with each other, those were so funny.
Yeah, あれ懐かしいよね。Street Cross の時の。
And then you guys did another version of it.
そうだね、最近また2周年でこっちやったり。ああいうのいっぱいやりたいね、他のゲーム開発者と。
He said he wants to do that with other game developers as well. It's kind of fun.
The promotional video you did for Tekken on the 3DS with Ono-san, where he's flying in, that was so funny.
It was crazy.
That was a great video.
I don't know who you would get that would be so iconic like that.
Slow motion.
Like other game developers are pretty serious guys, so it'd be kind of difficult to find someone who's.
Yeah.
Maybe the Guilty Gear guy.
They're really
kind
funny.
Kind of a similar type to Harada, They both look like the Japanese mafia. It'd be kind of interesting, though. 誰とやりたいですか？
石渡さん。
石渡さんは多分石渡さんがやってくれないんじゃないかな。
They probably wouldn't do it. I think Mori-san would do it.
Mori-san is crazy.
森さんはやってくれると思うんだよ。デッドアライブの林君はやらないってやりたくない。
He asked Hayashi-san, but he said no, he didn't want to do it.
小野さんと俺には原田さんには絡みたくない。
So he doesn't want to have anything to do with him or Ono-san. I can see that. It'd be pretty hard.
That's funny.
Be in the same room as those guys, it's fun, but when it's over, I'm ready to go to sleep. It's like exhausting. It's just like their switch is on the whole time.
Have you talked to your kohai lately, Itagaki-san?
Itagaki-san.
No, he's the kohai.
Oh, you're the kohai.
Yeah.
Oh, he's your senpai. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought okay. How is he?
まああれだね。多分知らない人のために言うと、
If you guys don't know who we're talking about Itagaki used to be with Tecmo.
なんだよね。
They went to the same university, Waseda.
Ah, okay.
And he's older.
Okay.
Itagaki-san is actually.
だけど彼が大学結構留年してて、だから結構被ってんだよ実は在学ががっつり。
So he thought because Itagaki-san's older that they weren't at any time in the same.
Oh, so he's way older.
But he said he found out later that Itagaki-san took some years off, so they actually are pretty close in time frame wise.
Okay.
あの人最近お酒をあんまり飲まないようにしたらすごい体調が良くなったらしくて。
やめたの？
いや、やめてるわけじゃないと思うけど、もともと毎日のようにお酒飲んでたんだけど、最近あまり飲まないらしくて、なんかその方が元気になっちゃったらしくて。
それはそうだよね。
多分だから最近逆に言うと飲みに行く機会がないから話したいから分かんないんだけど、多分すごい元気みたいな。
He said he hasn't really seen Itagaki-san recently because Itagaki-san stopped drinking, and that was like their main communication, I guess. But apparently he's doing pretty well. So someone's trying Katrina, but they must want to switch characters or something. He's still phoning. 今回も電話するんだね。
電話する。
なんか原さんって俺とツイッターやってるんじゃん。They're saying he should be like Harada-san's always like glued to his cell phone doing Twitter, You can have the character doing that in their startup animation.
I'm sorry, I missed it. What was that?
Lars is always on the phone. We were just noticing.
From the
past ones, right? And I was like, he should be like Harada, like always on Twitter. He's just like walking around.
Always tweeting. You guys want to take a break? You guys have been here for a while.
I'm starving, by the way.
Yeah, you got to do lunch. It's past lunchtime already.
I think that's a code word for he wants tequila, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's in the bottle he has. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's part of the Twitch guidelines now that
What's
you
that?
can't drink on stream. Part
You
of their
can't?
part of their service guidelines.
Oh, we'll get in trouble. Huh?
No, you won't get in trouble just as long as you can't. They can't see it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because it's like a
okay.
rating
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
So if it's like in a clear container and you don't know, then
If they don't know, it's fair
just
game.
take the logo off. Or it's just orange juice.
Yeah,
right?
put it in an orange juice bottle and just be like,
Or a brown bag.
brown packet. No, that would be too obvious.
No,
All right, man. Food? Have milk, no? Well, gonna go get him some food.
Okay, you guys enjoy your lunch. I'm gonna be here for a little bit still,
yeah, be right back.
Okay.
but I'll be stuck here.
You want anything?
What was it? I know it's 1 o'clock.
It's 1 o'clock? You want anything?
Round 3. Fight.
What's up, Dre?
All right,
Mr. Bifuteki, what's up?
nothing much. This is a lot of fun.
Let him know, because a lot of people kept wondering about the lag earlier. I had to explain to them that it's a limitation of the USB device that we're using.
I'm gonna basically explain this. The LGP is great and all for like recording and stuff, but like when it comes to like streaming something like this, that's 1080p 60. It tends to scale it down to 30 at times, and then a lot of times it's gonna lose some frames
Yep.
during some moments. So that's basically all that's happening. So whenever you see the lag, that's all that's going on. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to refresh it every single time I see it do that, so that you guys can actually see things properly.
What are the chances of us getting a new capture card overnight?
If we could get a scaler, it'll be great. Or if I could actually talk to Offcast tonight, we could possibly get.
Oh, use your equipment that you brought.
I could actually use the equipment that I have here to actually capture this at full 1080p. 60.
So Offcast, we will hit you up. I don't think he's watching, but
Well,
we'll hit
Farp
him up.
Noodle is here, so Farp can pass.
Farp's
that
in the
message-
stream chat?
Farp's
All right.
in the stream chat, so we can pass that message on.
Hey, Farp, hit up Lewis
do
for
you need?
us.
All right, so he needs stick.
There you go. You're good. So we have PS2 sticks and PS2 pads here, so people can try out the game.
Yeah.
What's up, stream chat? I'm dying. I need food too.
So you should go eat. I can try to answer as many questions as I can here.
I need
But
I need Eris here so he can take over while we go get some food.
Eris is probably doing commentary on tag too, though.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's Saturday. Shoot.
So that's why it's kind of difficult.
You're right. I'm sure people will just enjoy watching matches.
People are just enjoying watching the matches. If anything, if they seem like they're getting bored, I'll just hop back on and talk to them.
Okay, I'll be talking for a little bit because I'm still waiting for Shola. I need my ride to Gladys Knight Chicken and Waffles.
Yes.
You guys want anything from there?
Alexa's gonna get some,
Okay,
because
okay.
she's going with you guys.
All right, cool. So it's me, Alexis, AJ, and then yeah, we'll figure this out.
Thank you.
Hey, someone tweet Eris and tell him to go to the Mad Catz booth. If you guys want his commentary, tweet him to go to the booth. Anyways, if you guys have questions, I'm in the stream chat. Let me know. I've been messing around with this game for a while now. That's why I haven't really been too itching to play it because I've been playing it on and off while I was in Japan. You guys know I have one of these at home, right? No, I'm joking. Maybe I'm joking, maybe I'm not. All right, looks like we're going to get the characters for the people now. There is no console date. You guys need to quit asking about it because they haven't officially announced it for console. And when they do, you'll probably know. Still too early. They just released the official arcade version on the 18th of March, so it's still a whiles away. There is no console information, guys. Sorry.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7. Alisa Boskanovic.
Thanks, Trix1. Good tweet.
Get ready for the next battle.
Why would they launch an international Tekken net when the game's not even going to be released internationally for arcade? So, no idea.
All right, Mark, I'll be back. I'm going to see if I can actually get a card today
Okay.
to actually capture this at 1080p 60.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure people would appreciate the 60 because it looks way better
It
in
looks
motion.
way better at 60.
Yeah, I mean, the stream does not do justice.
it's
It
not
never
getting
will. I mean, that's why you guys got to go to these events so you can play the game.
All right, let me see, because I'm about to ask Funky Pete if he knows of a place around here that would sell that. I'll be back.
Sorry I did ask about Death by Degrees 2. I actually asked Harada about Death by Degrees 2 a long time ago. I met the guy that was in charge of Death by Degrees 1 at Namco, so yeah, we don't talk about that game. What's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in. I see the stream chat. I'm not replying in there, but I could read it. We are going to do ATP live later on today. We're just waiting for Eris or somebody to get out here. I got to get some food first for my boys here. So we're just waiting for that. Mad Cat's booth isn't too busy because we sold out of everything pretty much the first day. 0 sticks, right, guys? We got no sticks left. Online, we sold out of our we had like a few ultras that we had to go through. We sold them yesterday. LGP cannot do 720p at 60 frames per second right now because we have to scale the graphics down because the source is 1080p. So we cannot do it at 720p 60. It automatically forces it to 30 at this time. Next event that'll have T7, we're gonna make a decision on that soon. So really soon actually. So make sure you guys stay tuned. We'll let you guys know where we're gonna have it next. I know people need some kind of notice ahead of time. There's no information about any console stuff, so if you guys are asking me console information, stuff like Tekken tunes or anything like that, there's no answer. I mean, you guys know me. I can't really say anything because there is nothing. There is no console announcement. I'm not going to make a Myeongshin Banta or Air Levers Korean stick because Korean sticks don't sell too well in the market. It's a very niche product. Instead, what you guys might want to do is talk to Crown, talk to Myeongshin about making the sticks more compatible with current console arcade sticks. I think that'd be easier to get them to have a compatible stick for console because we're probably not going to make any more Korean sticks by default. We're going to ask them about the leaks during ATP Live. So stay tuned for that, guys. I have no idea what Michael's Twitch channel is, but I do know what his PSN name is, but I'm not going to give that to you guys. We'll find out his Twitch later. Devil Kazuya is down forward 1+2. I think you can only do Devil Kazuya down forward 1+2 into back, what is it, down forward 3. You could do down forward 1-4 for a screw attack, or you could do, what else can you do?
Is that the official name, screw attack?
Screw attack, yeah, or a screw, or whatever they call it. I don't know if it's screw attack, but let's screw, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so I just confirmed that I can get a capture card from Fry's.
Oh, is there a Fry's locally?
50 mark.
Hey, have you messed with the Elgato stuff?
I don't like messing around with Elgato because it has an audio lag sometimes.
Oh, okay, that's no bueno then.
Exactly.
I have the new Elgato, the HD60, I think it is.
Yeah.
But we've been using it just not streaming at full HD res though. We've been using it for like 540 kind of thing resolution.
Yeah, those lower end ones. So if I run to Fry's,
Yeah.
they close at 9.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see which one would be the better one to go to.
But which capture card are you trying to get?
The Avid Media, the USB 3 one.
Oh, their HD one.
Their better one.
Yeah, I have one of those. They sent me one of those, and it's actually pretty good.
I wonder if Kelvin has one on him.
Kelvin
is here.
Probably
too.
not. I bet you he doesn't. You think? I don't carry sticks on me. Actually, I have 2 in my car, but I didn't drive.
You see, no, you carried sticks on you.
No, just to sell them.
No, I know.
They're not selling here though.
I know. All right, we got a pad user. We have 2 pad users. All right. Why is he still on?
All right, I'm back in the stream chat, guys. What's up?
Okay. All right. Because I could have sworn that guy was there before. Oh, all right. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get up there to get that capture card.
If anyone's in the Atlanta area and you guys are watching, why don't you guys pick up that capture card for us?
I'll pay you for it.
Yeah, bring us some food too.
Chicken and waffles.
We going to get some chicken and waffle. But where is Shola?
Yo.
Shola is lagging. Hold on, let me talk to my man K-Brad.
You better hope you don't glitch out. All right, so. How you guys enjoying the stream, guys? Hopefully everything is to your liking. I wonder, I have a brother who's out here. Yo, I'm telling you, you get me that capture card from Fry's, yeah. I will buy you alcohol, all kinds of stuff. All right? So, yeah. But I want you guys to see this in full 60. What's up?
So they have it in stock though?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell Kelvin to go there with his AverMedia badge and be like, "Yo, we need to take this back. It's not good to sell.
We need to take this back. You can't sell these.
You can't sell it. I need one of these packs of licorice too, and a Twinkie.
Give it."
Yeah, I think people in the stream chat are kind of stupid. They keep asking the same dumb questions that we can't answer.
Nah,
I just gotta bring it out there. If
They're
we say we can't talk about console and you still ask console-related questions or character-related questions that we can't answer, you're fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I didn't want to say that when Harada was here because
you know they don't care. They're gonna keep asking the question because they want you to acknowledge them.
Yeah.
That's what these trolls like.
No, they're not trolls. That's the sad thing. They're people I know. That's why I'm being very personal right now. You guys are stupid. When there's info, you'll get it.
Yes, as soon as there's some type of information,
yeah, it
will be put out there.
Yeah, if I want to end my working relationship with Namco, I'll tell you guys everything right now, but I'm not going to. So if you guys have any good questions, we'll be more than happy to answer them.
Good question.
But just wait till ATP Live. If you guys want drama, if you guys want real shit, Eris will bring it later. We're going to ask him about the leak. We're going to ask him about all kinds of stuff. It'll be fun.
It was like, yeah, what about the leak? Is it true? And I'm like, what leak?
I'm not putting the whole chat on the blast. I'm putting the dumb questions on blast. LZN, the PS2 controllers, I'm going to give you guys 2 reasons about it. So the quickest and easiest way to do the adapters, they had existing adapters for PS2. So that's why they did that instead of doing programming for USB controllers. So we're using the PS2 adapter to use PS2 controllers on the console, which is already easily set up because they had the programming for it. So that's why we're doing that. And it hooks up through the same way that Tekken 5 had the controller ports. Same connector type.
All right, let me make these calls and find out what's going on.
All right. Stream is going to continue. I don't know what time we're going to end today, but I'm hoping around probably 8 or 9 today.
Tournament 7. Martial law.
ATP Live, we don't know what time it is. I'm waiting for Aris to get here, but I know he was preparing some questions. Hopefully, ATP Live is still going to be about an hour long. We'll figure it out. It's not a PC. It's not a PS2 adapter. It's something proprietary that Namco has. We're sold out of sticks. We're sold out. Yeah, sorry. I appreciate it though. Yeah, we do. We do. We do have T-shirts. You want one? Tell them what size. I got you. What size? XL. Do hoodie. You want, what's better for you? Let me check if we have it. Hold on. Give me a second. We do. You can owe me and my boys some pictures later. I'll just tell you one. I'll bring my guys over later. My pro gamers. Okay. Okay. All right. So back at it. Sorry guys. Let me bring up the stream chat again. I lost myself. So again, I want you guys to do me a favor. Jump on Twitter, spread out the news about Tekken 7 stream, and also give Bifuteki a lot of love. He's able to pull off this stream at the last minute notice. So thank you for that. And he's actually still going to be working on it today to try to improve it. He's on the call right now. He's trying to find some stuff to make this work. Mad Catz TE2 fight stick for PS4. It's going to be shipping in April. I don't have the exact date yet. Once I have the exact date, I'll let people know. And if you follow me on Twitter and actually read the tweets, you'll probably know that I put that information out there. So just so you know. All right, we're going to get more matches up on the stream. Like I said, we're working on trying to improve the stream. We're limited right now based on the hardware that we have.
Get ready for the next battle.
He's trying right now. He's on the phone, guys, so quit your crying. I already called you guys bitches earlier. I don't want to call you guys worse things.
Round 1. Fight.
Nameless question. I have a question mark, man. You guys shorting your supply for next-gen sticks, or are you trying to give other providers a chance to compete? No, we're trying to meet demand. That's just the short of it. We're not trying to limit our supply. It makes no sense for us to limit our supply. When we have them, we sell them. So that's just all it is. What do I do for work? My official title at Mad Catz is Global Sponsorship and Community Manager, but I don't do that. That's just my title. I also am part of the Tekken project team. Also a full-time troll. I do a lot of things. One v one me in Tekken 3. Man, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to play Tekken 3 with anybody. Custom button layouts like the MK1 for other cabinet types. Yes, there's a high possibility. We're doing a Nowhere panel. We're doing other panels, but we just can't announce it yet. We're still working on it. We have a nice crowd here, actually, around the Tekken 7 machine. A lot of people are trying to get their name signed up so they can play. It's kind of hectic because we only have one setup here, but we're working to provide more setups in the future for different events. Why am I so dedicated to helping the Tekken community? That's an easy one. I like Tekken, and if I didn't do it, I'm sure someone else wouldn't step up, but I'm happy to do whatever I can. Yes, I collect sneakers as well.
All right, I'm going to try something. I'm gonna do a reset.
we're gonna try stuff.
I'm gonna do a reset. Okay.
Reset. All right, so the stream will go offline for a bit.
Yeah, stream's gonna go offline for a little bit.
Yeah, don't freak out, guys.
Don't freak out. You've been warned.
Yeah, you'll still see all the goodies.
You'll see the good stuff. It's just
Yeah.
gonna be back in a second.
While the stream is off, we're gonna unveil new characters. Later, guys.
Yeah, bye.
Playing.